Is it gonna exit if I swipe out of this?
Yeah, I said it will exit. Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Did you see yesterday's debate?
I don't, probably not the full thing, maybe part of it.
The one with which one?
I gotta be, I don't know. I will pop in a little bit and then I don't really watch them in full, like almost ever.
So what about that transgender person?
Oh yeah, I popped in a little bit and it was like she wasn't saying much of anything.
Which one was it? The man in the dress and the man without the dress?
There was a girl at a piano.
Yeah, that was a man at a piano, but yeah.
Well, it was a male, but it was a woman.
Female gender. So what do you think about that? Does
I
that
mean,
offend you?
female is a sex. You can be like a female horse, but you're not a human woman.
You're not a you're not a you're not a female woman. What you say?
Well, the reason people that sex, I mean, not the reason. Sex is different than gender. So, like when you say, "Oh, females," I hate females. It's like, okay, you're talking about female
No one
lizards,
says
talking
that.
about female horses. Who are you talking about? You talking about humans? Those are women, typically.
Well, yeah, he's a woman. He's a man, not a woman.
Well,
Yeah.
um, but we've already gone over this. You know that there are like literal, like physical, biological differences between trans women and cis men, right? You know that. Do you know
There's
what I'm
no
saying?
biological differences. No, there's not. What
Yes, there
biological
are. So
difference?
they're
They have a
both
brain of a man.
so
They have
they're
a brain of
both
a man.
they're both born with XY chromosomes, but the trans woman actually has biological differences in their brain. We
No,
went
they
over
don't.
this.
The only thing we did go over this. I can pull up the studies for you right now. They have the exact same thing in their brain that shows mental illness. That's the only difference.
No, actually,
And then you
when you look at their brain, it actually proves that they're not crazy. That there are literal physical biological differences. It's not just social. You can literally
And
look
did
at
you
their
know
brain.
there actually is thousands of cases of men walking into women's bathrooms? But since we don't call them transgender women, when I look it up, it won't pop up as a transgender woman going into a woman's bathroom because when the police write their reports, they write it as a man went into a woman's bathroom. They don't write it whatever your ID card says they write it as. And most people don't have the ID card that matches their transgender bullshit. So when all these men walking into women's bathrooms occurs, they're all reporting them as men. So they're not even going on the list of truly how many men are walking into women's bathrooms.
Have you ever seen like what someone looks like after they've been on male hormones for years? Have you ever seen
They
what they
don't
look
look like
like?
a woman. Yeah, I talked to plenty of
No,
trans people. They don't
they
look like a
look like a
woman.
man. They look like a full bearded man. And I don't know
Just
about
because you
you,
have a
but as
beard
a
doesn't
woman,
make you a
I would
man.
rather have.
Just because you have a beard doesn't make you a man.
Well, here's the thing: under your worldview, those people who now have beards and physically look like men would be forced to use my bathroom, right? And you know what that would open the
Peach
door
fuzz
for?
down her hair. Are you not going to let her come in your bathroom?
I'm saying people who
If
are
a woman has peach fuzz, you're not going to let her come in your bathroom. That's the same difference. That
it's
transgender
not the same.
man can come into your bathroom. He's a
Very, very different.
woman.
Here's the difference. So you're saying people who are born female, they have to use the women's bathroom. And so
No, you don't.
we
You
know.
can use your own bathroom at home. You don't have to use the woman's bathroom. You can use the bathroom at home.
Oh, so you're gonna pay for their benefits and make sure they never have to work?
What benefits? No, they can use the bathroom when they're not working, just like everyone else. What the fuck? Now they want free shit. Transgenders are socialist and communist. A lot of them aren't they? That's fucked up. I ain't giving them free shit. They aren't even getting free dick removal surgeries.
When's the
They aren't
last?
even getting dick removal surgeries paid for by my taxpayer dollars. Why the fuck would I give them any more welfare? Are you crazy?
So you're saying
Are you
So
crazy?
you're saying nobody uses the bathroom at work?
They can, but they don't have to.
I do. I have to use it.
Well, that's because you're a real woman. You have to use the restroom every 2 seconds. Fake women, they don't have to use the restroom every 2 seconds. They're men. They can wait a little bit longer.
I know for a fact biological men and biological women both need to use the bathroom, and that they would be uncomfortable for half the day if you said they can't use the bathroom,
For
right?
half the day, I can easily not use the bathroom. I don't know what's wrong with y'all women, but y'all use the bathroom like 10 times a day. I've been around plenty of women. I know women use the bathroom way more than men do. So
I
I
mean,
don't
if
need
your
any fucking
argument is
statistics
that
on that.
trans people should just never use public restrooms, that's just ridiculous.
Well, the one I talked to last night says, thank God, that thanks to Donald Trump, that they're scared to use women's restrooms. They only use unisex or family stalls, and other than that, they try to use the bathroom at home. Thank you, Donald J. Trump. Just the thought of Donald J. Trump scares this trans person so much they don't even use a woman's bathroom. Ain't that fantastic?
Well,
Trump
when
is like
Donald Trump was
Trump is
asked
like a
about it,
holy angel protecting the woman's
when
bathroom.
Donald
He
Trump was
is like
asked
a
about it, he
miracle from
said Caitlyn
God.
Jenner could use the women's bathroom. When Donald
That
Trump was
was
asked who
15
Clinton couldn't,
years ago when he changed his mind since 15 years, and he's
it
made
was
that
not 15
crystal
years ago.
clear. Huh?
It was not
That
15 years
was
ago.
15 years ago. That was like in
No. Okay, so how
2010.
long has Bruce Jenner been Caitlyn Jenner then?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking Bruce Jenner
It was
fan. How
not
long was that?
15 years ago.
Okay, fine. 10 years ago. My bad. That was
Less
in
than that.
2016, I think. I don't care if it was 8 years ago. I don't care if it was last week. He changed his fucking mind. That's clear as day. His policy says different. I don't care what his opinions are as long as his policy says what it says.
Okay, well, this one trans person says, thank God for Donald Trump. Okay, well, that trans person is wrong.
No, I'm saying thank God for Donald Trump because this trans
You
person
said they
says
said that.
no. I said that they said they can't use the woman's restroom anymore because they're scared of Donald Trump, and I said thank God for Donald Trump.
So
They
you
were
want them to pee on the ground or what?
they're a man. Go use the man's bathroom.
Okay, so let's talk about people who were born female and are transitioning to male.
You can't transition. It's impossible. You can't change your sex.
I never said you could change your sex.
Well, they think you can change your sex. That's their whole thing. Both of these
No,
transgender
no, that's
people.
incorrect. What they
No,
think
ask
is that you
them.
can
Ask
change
them.
your
That's what
gender.
they think. They asked them. I said, "You think you can change both your gender and your sex?" And they said yes.
You cannot change your sex. That's not possible.
Well, I guess you disagree with the transgender community. Do you want me to
Okay,
put them on the
I will
phone and you
disagree
can
with
talk to
them on
them?
that.
Because both of them say the same thing. I'll try to call one of them right now, and they're probably gonna say that, "What
Okay,
the
that's
fuck are you
just
talking
fine.
about? You're
That's
not
absolutely
trans.
just fine. If they
You
come
don't know
on
how we
here,
feel."
and they say that trans people can change their sex, that is incorrect.
Oh, so now you get to dictate what trans people think.
No,
That's funny.
I know what's
2 seconds
correct.
ago, I was expecting to believe all their delusion, and now I'm not supposed to believe all their delusion. Okay, things are working a little bit differently now, I guess. You sound like a transphobe.
I mean, do you let the idiots in your movement define your movement?
Exactly. So you don't let trans people tell you that they're real women because those are idiots. Thank you. Now you understand. I'm glad we're
No,
on the
a
same
smart trans
page.
person will say, no, you cannot change your sex, but you can change your gender.
I've never heard a trans person tell me that. You're the only person I ever heard say that
Okay,
to
well,
me.
you should talk to more trans people.
I've heard you're the second non-trans person I've heard tell that to me. But both of these trans people say if they cut off their penis, they are a natural woman, just like you. They're a real woman. You and them are identical. All they had to do
I mean,
was
they're a
cut off.
woman. They
Oh,
are a
sorry.
woman,
They
but
told
they're
me
not
not
a
to.
female.
They told me not to talk about how they cut off their ween. They cut it off because
They're a
they don't cut
woman,
it
but
off.
they're not a
They don't cut
female.
it off. because they
They're
told me to tell
women,
you they
but
don't
they're
cut
not a
it off.
female. You understand that those are
Sorry,
different things?
if the trans out there listening, they said I'm ignorant. If I say they cut off their wiener, I'm ignorant. They told me I have to use the proper statement. So first they make an incision and cut it open, and then they
What?
turn
I
it
don't care
inside
about that.
out,
This
and
is
then
not
they put a
relevant.
hole right in their sectum, and then they fuck themselves with it. So they fuck themselves to become trans, literally. That is
Okay,
part of the
well, I'm
process.
not interested in that, and I don't think that's relevant.
Well, if you have to fuck yourself to do something, does that sound like something you'd want to do?
I'm not trans.
Yeah, but does that sound like something you support? You support people fucking each other, fucking themselves to become trans?
Well, if I was a straight man, I wouldn't want another man to fuck me in the ass. Because guess what? Straight men don't want gay people, are not
So it's
gay.
like we're agreeing on everything. You really are conservative. You really are right wing. It's
No.
like we agree
I'm
on
being pretty
everything.
consistent here, and I'm being very consistent, liberal, unwavering. If you can't follow it, that's okay. But the difference is that you can transition gender wise. You can transition to presenting as woman, and you can live as a woman, and you should be respected as a woman. But
You can't live
you're
as a woman. You don't have period. How can you live as a woman?
because woman is different from female. Woman is gender. Female is
What
sex.
is a woman?
A woman is someone who presents with the characteristics and lives according to the social norms that are typically associated with femininity.
So then you're not a woman if you don't cook and clean after your husband? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I think that
You
your
just said it
definition
has
of
to associate with
femininity
their
is not
femininity,
everyone else's definition of
traditionally.
femininity.
Oh, so you get to make your own definition. So a woman can be anything then.
I mean, if you think being feminine means being subservient,
So
then you don't
anything can
know
be a
anything
woman. You
about
don't even
being
have to be
feminine.
feminine. There's no qualities, there's no nothing. Does that make sense to you?
So, do you think someone who can squeeze a watermelon between their legs is subservient and weak and is bending over? No, they are strong.
Not all women are equally strong.
Well, women
Most women
are
are not feminine.
biologically women. Sorry, excuse me. Females, technically, females are biologically more capable of enduring pain and stress. It's just a biological
No, that's
fact.
not. That's not true.
Okay, show me. Show me how it's not true.
Because men historically fought in wars and women did nothing. Just because you have a baby, being stabbed or shot isn't the same level as pain.
Well, biologically, that's incorrect. Biologically, women are more capable of dealing with pain and stress than men because they have to give birth to children. That's just biologically a fact.
Then why don't women do real more painful, stressful things in the workplace and in the world?
I mean, we're trying to. We're trying to be given more freedom and given more ability to do
By the
that.
way, I have a source right here from Institutional Association for the Study of Gender, and it says scientific research does not show that one gender is universally stronger at handling pain and stress. So that's incorrect. That's factually incorrect.
Okay, are we doing gender or sex? Which is it?
It's the same thing.
There are different things.
No, the science considers them the same thing.
Look that shit up.
We already.
I mean, I'm just telling you about this article. This is from 1972. It says. So you're telling me that
Why would
in
you reference a
1972 they were
1972 article?
considering, well, because it's still relevant, isn't it?
Women weren't allowed to have bank accounts until like 19 like
Okay, how
70.
is that relevant?
I'm saying why would you cite an article from a time that is
Has their pain receptors changed since the 70s?
a biological females have more ability to handle pain and stress, and if
No,
they
they
wish.
don't. That's not a scientific
Here's the
fact.
deal. Here's the bottom
There
line.
is
If
no
you have
article or
data to
source you
back
can
up what
find
you're
for that.
saying, then
I
you can
just
cite a
gave
more
you
recent
data.
study. And I
I
do
just
have
gave
data.
you data. Here, I'll give you one that specifically talked about sex. And time on my side,
From maybe this century, perhaps.
that's irrelevant. This is from 2022. And that other one is also not even from the 70s. It just talks about something from the 70s. I misspoke. But Time on My Side says, holy fuck, gender is not a woman. The definition is masculine or feminine. So tomboy, feminine, female, masculine, male, sissy male has nothing to do with what they want to try. Transsexuality.
Okay, so since I pay for the mortgage and I bring a majority of the money home, and because I do a lot of the other masculine, I fulfill a lot of the
No,
other
your
masculine
husband's still
things,
a
and I am
man.
man.
That's your husband is still a man, or your boyfriend is still a man. But
Okay,
here's
how
something.
many
Here's
more
another one.
how many more masculine things do I have to do, and how many more feminine things does he have to do before that's not true anymore?
This was done by the Institute for Women's Leadership, Marquette University. Institute for Women's Leadership, Marquette University. This is done by a group of women that are pro women. And this is a 2022 study. And they have a whole research team to help them with people with PhDs, multiple people with PhDs. It's showing for an introduction. Okay, so he says this whole article is about sex differences and pain perceptions. The first introduction to the very first article is urban myths asserts that women's pain withstand better than men. However, the opposite is true, in that women are more sensitive to pain. With the pain stimulus, women are more likely to report higher pain intensity and lower thresholds in tolerance. If a pressure simultaneously is applied to the body and gradually increase, a woman would be more likely to report pain sooner. Does that make sense? If a man grabs my hand and starts crushing it, and if a man grabs your hand and starts crushing it, you're going to start saying your hand hurts way before I do. I'm probably never going to say my hand hurts. You're probably going to say, ow, my hand hurts. So that's just kind of logic and common sense. But this scientific article reconfirms that. So, in fact, no, women do not have a higher pain tolerance than them. Women have a special God given ability called birth, and when they're giving birth, they have extraordinarily high pain levels. That is 100% true. And when
Oh,
they're
so they
experiencing birth,
magically conjure up this ability? Do they have
it,
the ability or not?
well, they conjured up because hormones and chemicals are released in their body,
Okay,
and
so
that's
they have
only,
the ability,
yeah, it
right?
happens once. It's called giving birth, and after giving birth, it's gone.
Okay, so why is it that whenever you, for example, I guess I don't.
This is a scientific fact. I know you understand pregnancy and birth, but it's a one time thing. Yes, they have a special power to have more pain resistance than men during pregnancy.
Okay, so they
Yes, that
do.
is true.
So they do.
But overall,
So they have that.
it happens one time when they give birth. Yes. But generally, women do not have a higher pain tolerance than men. That's incorrect.
So it's self-reported, right?
It's not self reported. This is a scientific study.
Okay, but the
They use
scientific
new
study
measurements.
is determining the participants. How is the scientific study determining where the participants where their cutoff is? Is it when they say so? Is it when the participants say so? That's called
Well, the
self-reporting.
introduction is about why do women experience more pain than men? That's the first introduction. That's what it's introducing.
I'm only interested in what they can tolerate.
Well, women have reported lower tolerance than men, so that's a scientific
Self-reported,
fact. Huh?
self-reported, right?
Well, what else is there if it's not self-reported? Scientifically reported.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
One of them even
I mean, for the
reported on a
sake of this
chemical level.
conversation, I agree. There,
One
there actually
reported
are
on a
more. There
chemical
are
level.
more measures
On
that are not.
cortisol. You know what cortisol is? That's the stuff
Yeah,
that's released when you're having stress. Women produce more of that than men do.
that doesn't mean they are unable to tolerate less. Um,
It doesn't, but that means they get more stressed, but they also do
the
tolerate
point
more
that I'm
less.
trying to make is that
That's what I'm telling
masculinity
you. You keep pushing
enforces
this
you
feminist point
cannot
that men and
complain,
women
you
are
cannot
equal.
say that you're in pain, you cannot. That's a big part of masculinity is that you feel like you need to put on a front of toughness.
It's
And
not a
so, of
front.
course,
Men are
women
actually
are going
physically
to be
stronger
more
than women.
willing to report pain and suffering than men, of course, because men feel pressured to fulfill masculinity because they're desperate to fulfill that.
This has nothing to do with that. They're just like, tell us when you feel pain.
All right.
I'm sorry, you want women to be equal to men so badly, you're making up shit out of thin air. I've given you a scientific, factual article that tells you that men and women are not equal on this playing field. Women are not as strong as
No,
men.
no.
They don't have as high stress
Let me be
tolerance. They
super
don't
super
have
clear
as high
about what I
pain
want.
tolerance.
What I
This is a
want is
scientific
for us to
fact.
have the right to vote and to be
You have
treated.
that. You've already been given that many years ago, and you're ungrateful for
Okay,
it.
well,
So
do you
why
know
should
how
we?
many? So Rachel Wilson, for example, advocates to take that right away. What do you think
I don't
about
know
that?
who the fuck that is, nor do I care.
You don't know who Rachel Wilson is?
Nope, I don't know who that is. I don't care. If
Okay.
someone wants to take away your voting rights, you must have acted pretty fucking stupid.
So you're against that. That's awesome. We
I'm
agree.
not against that. Y'all are the ones that are the majority, the ones that are ruining the country with your dumb decision votes. But it's not even your fault. You know what the real fault is? That y'all are such feminists, you don't listen to a man's opinion anymore, and y'all think you know better. If
Okay,
you actually
well,
listen to a man,
a
you would be voting
feminist,
for the right candidate.
a true feminist is going to advocate for men as strongly as they advocate for women. So somebody else who calls themselves a feminist and then only advocates for
You've
women
never
is not
advocated
actually
for
a
women,
feminist.
men in your life. You've never advocated for a man in your life. You're self-proclaimed feminist.
I feel like
You've
whenever
only
I talk
said
about
negative things
feminism,
about men. You've only
whenever
ever
I
said
talk about
negative things about.
feminism,
You've
my
only negatively ever said things about men. And I do not look pregnant,
that's
Angel. Get out of
entirely
here.
false. No. So whenever I talk about rights of women, I acknowledge and emphasize the importance of we cannot have sustainable and equal rights for women unless we also have sustainable and equal rights for men. They cannot happen without each other.
We already
So,
have equal
so anybody
rights.
who only advocates for women's rights is actually advocating against women's rights. You need to advocate for both.
Well, really, the situation you're in is not feminism. It's a matriarchy.
Okay, can I so I just actually really want I actually am afraid. So or I am moderately afraid. So in the scenario nationwide where where we somehow mandate that you have to use the bathroom that aligns with the sex that you were born as, right?
They have
Like
that in Florida already. Next, what's the problem? There's no
okay,
problem here.
so what that means is that people
No
with
trans
full
people in the
beards.
fancy beach clubs and the rich yacht resorts. That's what it means.
Well, okay, listen, if you are right, can't you just hear me out and like hear what I'm gonna have to say and then you can attack me? If you're confident I'm
No, I'm
wrong,
not attacking you. I'm not attacking you.
no, just let me
Go ahead.
say
Go
what
ahead.
I'm gonna say, and then if you know I'm wrong, then it should be no problem. So, so in your scenario, what's going to happen is, even if you change everything right now, there are people who were born as female, and right now they've been transitioned for so long, they've got full beards. You gun to your head, you couldn't say they're actually a female. But under your law, they would be forced by law to use the women's restroom,
Plenty
right?
of lesbians with facial hair in the women's bathroom. Women don't care.
I'm
Nice
talking
try.
about I'm talking about
Nice
somebody.
try.
No,
Nice try. We have
it's
lesbians in
not
the
a nice
women's
try.
bathroom already. They
You're
don't do
just
nothing
ignoring what
wrong.
I'm actually saying.
We got lesbians in the woman's bathroom already. I don't care if they how big their beard, if they have a Muhammad beard or not. We got lesbians in the women's bathrooms. It doesn't matter. Nice try. Try again.
So people who are look in full beard, indistinguishable from like a
Yes,
man
we
that
have
hasn't.
lesbians in the women's bathroom already.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm
We
saying.
have you in the women's
I really
bathroom
don't think.
already.
I
How
don't think
much
you. I
worse
don't
can
think
it
you've
get?
ever seen a
We have you
picture of a
anti-women
trans man
women
who's
in the
been on
women's bathroom
testosterone
already.
for 5
How
years.
much?
I don't think you've ever seen a picture of that person because they are indistinguishable a lot of times from biological men.
I don't care. If they're born a
Well,
woman,
I
they gotta
care.
use a woman's
Well, I care.
restroom.
You want to know
Well,
why
thank
I
God you
care?
don't
You
run
want to
the
know why
country.
I
That's
care?
because your ideas are stupid. That's
You
why
want to
people
know
like you
why I
don't run the
care?
country.
Because I care about women. And
No,
right
you
now,
don't. No,
what
you
you're
don't. I don't know
advocating
any
for
women. I've
puts
never
women
met a
in
woman in
danger.
my life
What you're
other than you
advocating
that
for
wants to
puts
murder
women in danger.
babies, that wants to let men in their bathroom. Not all
So
men
what
just sit
you're
there and do what
advocating
they
for
tell you,
puts
what you
women in
tell them to
danger.
do. Your boyfriend is just an example of that. Men in the real world aren't like your boyfriends. They're not femboys that get told what to do. They're gonna come and grab you and do what they do. They have
We
high crime rates. There's plenty of instances. There's over 50, 100, 200 instances of women being abused by these transsexuals in their bathrooms. Don't sit here and bullshit. That's facts.
okay.
And
Here's
even
the
if
thing.
that's not even the main reason we're not going to let them in there, because if there's one woman that feels uncomfortable, she doesn't have to accept non-women into her space. It's
Here's
that
the
simple.
really really important thing. So what
No, it's
I'm
not really, really
saying,
important. You don't represent women. Most women do not want other men in the bathroom. That's why
you
they
don't
have
even know what I'm
two
going to
different
say.
bathrooms.
You don't
Your
even know what I'm going to
ideas
say.
don't work.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. So,
Your ideas don't work. I know that much. Go ahead.
well, I'm explaining how I can see how people who advocate for your view, have only the best intentions, right? So I've thought about it as if, you know what, these people only want to protect women, right? I've thought about it. I've put myself in your shoes, okay? And I have thought about it. And I've been like, I don't think these people understand how much like men some trans women or some trans men look. They were born as women.
I
They've
don't
been on
care about
hormones.
looks.
Well, can
Clear
I
as day. I
explain
don't
why I
care about
do? Can
looks.
I explain why I do?
Most don't.
Can I
Ninety-nine
explain why
percent
I
of
do?
them are look like men.
Can I explain why I do care about looks?
Okay, so what if they don't look like a woman? Do they still get to come in, or only if they look like a woman? What's your point?
My point is that under your
Most do
law,
not look like women. Do the ones that look like men get to come in, or is it the only ones that look like women? Answer the question. You have to look like a woman, or can you come in if you look like a man and you're a trans woman?
so under your law, where you have to
Answer
be,
the question. If you look like a man and you're trying to go into a woman's restroom, is that fine, or do you have to look like a female to go into like a
I'm
trans
saying
woman?
you're advocating for that
I'm
thing where
asking you a
men,
question. Stop pivoting. Answer the question. Is it okay if a trans woman that has a big
you won't
beard
listen to what
and a
I'm going to
big
say.
swinging
I'm
cock
saying that what
walks
you're
into your
advocating
bathroom?
for,
Answer the question.
you're not listening to what I'm
No,
saying.
you're not listening. I've answered enough of your question. Answer some of mine.
You asked me if I'm okay with people who look like men going into women's bathrooms. Can you listen now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So, under your belief that only biological women can go into the women's bathroom, that would mean that people who were born biological females and who have transitioned to being a man, that they would be legally obligated to use the women's restroom, right? Okay, so that means people with full beards who are indistinguishable from biological men, they would be forced to go into the women's restroom, right?
Who cares about looks? Because there's
I
already
care. Okay,
real.
can I explain why I
Okay,
care?
there's
I
already
care. Can I
real
explain
women
why I
with
care?
beards.
I
There's
care. Can I
already
explain
real
why
women
I
with
care?
beards. There's
I
already real
care.
women with beards.
I care. Can I
She's a
explain
genetic.
why
There's
I care?
genetic women out there. It's
I
not
care.
facial hair.
Can
Men
I explain why
have
I care?
higher crime rates in the women's bathrooms. That's
I
what it's
care. Can
about.
I explain
Women
why I
feel
care?
uncomfortable.
I care. Can I explain why I care? The reason that I care is when you say people who are have been on hormones for so long that they're indistinguishable from biological men are legally obligated to use
Most of them
the
look like
women.
men. Most of them look like men.
Okay, great, we agree. People who were born female and transition to living as a man and have full beards because of the testosterone, under your view, they would be forced to use the women's room, right? Yes. Okay, great. Yes, yes,
They're
great.
not forced. They
You
don't
want
have
to
to
know
use it at all. They can
what
use their
that's going
bathroom
to
at
make a
home.
lot
They can use
easier?
their
You
bathroom at
want to know
home.
what that's going to make a lot easier is for actual perverted biological men to walk right in to the women's
No, because
restroom
if you look
and
like a man, you're not
actually
gonna come
assault
in.
women.
No,
It's
because if you
going
look
to
like a man,
empower
if you
them.
have an Adam's apple
You
and you
are
look like a man, you're not gonna
empowering
come
men.
in.
You're empowering biological men to who look like men to
If you're
go
so
into the women's
scared, if
restroom.
you're so
You
scared
are
of men coming in,
empowering biological
okay,
full
so let
beard
me ask a
men to
question.
go
Let me ask
into
a
our
question.
restroom.
You're gonna let me ask a question?
And I don't appreciate that. I feel
Can I
unsafe.
ask a question then? Can I
Of
ask a
course.
question?
Of course you
If
may.
you are so scared of men, biological men coming into the woman's restroom, then why are you okay with trans women coming into your restroom? Your
I
logic makes no sense.
Oh, it
Your
actually makes a
logic
lot of
makes
sense.
no
It actually makes a
sense.
lot of sense. It actually
My
makes a lot of
logic,
sense, and let
only
me tell you
women
why.
can come in the
Let
woman's
me tell you why.
restroom.
The
No, it
reason is
doesn't. No, no, no. You don't make any sense.
it actually makes a lot of sense. So when you obligate people to use the restroom that aligns with their biological sex, that means trans men with full beards, even though they're biologically female.
Women have beards. Who cares? Some women have beards.
Okay, so so you're okay
If
with
it's a man, it's a
furthering
man.
this
If
whole
it's a
thing
woman,
of
it's a
people
woman.
with full beards being legally obligated to
If
go
they are a
into the
woman,
women's
they can
bathroom?
come in. If they are a man,
Okay.
they can't come in. Is
Okay,
that false?
so on
Do you
that
not
logic,
know the
do you have to drop
difference?
your
Do you
drawers
not
before you
know
go into the
that you're a
women's
woman?
restroom? How do we prove? How do we prove that they're biologically female?
Every state should have ID cards that match up with their biological data. That's how. It's
Okay,
simple
so
as
you can't go
that.
to the bathroom if you don't have your ID with you?
Well, there's a bunch of things you need. You can't drive there. You can't drive to a public
So
bathroom
you
without an
can't go to the
ID.
bathroom unless you have your ID on you?
If you're gonna get ID'd, you don't have to have your ID on you. No. If you're driving, you have to have your ID on you. If you're voting, you have to have an ID. At least you should.
I'm talking about going to the bathroom
Are you going to your own bathroom? How are you getting there?
in public or at your workplace.
Okay, how are you getting there?
I don't know. Maybe I take the bus. I don't know. Okay, let's say you bring your
Okay, so you
ID to
need an
work.
ID to get a bus ticket then. So you
So
brought
you're
your
saying,
ID.
you're
Okay,
saying, no,
there you
you're,
go.
no, that's okay. Just say that. Just say that. Just say, I want anybody who
You
approaches
don't
the
have to get
bathroom door, a
ID, but if
public
you get
bathroom, to
stopped and you
have
get
their
accused
ID
of a
ready to go.
crime, then
Just
yeah, you
say
need
that.
an
You could
ID.
just say
You don't
that.
need your ID, but if you get stopped and accused of a crime, you need an ID.
Okay, so
Well,
you
I
need
don't
an
know what else to
ID.
tell you.
By the police?
Identification.
Oh,
By
so there's
anybody.
police in front of every public bathroom?
No, but there's who says it was public?
If it's your house, who gives a shit? I'm talking about
Okay, so then
public
you don't need an
restrooms.
ID. You're switching up the scenario.
No,
Stop
no,
pivoting.
I'm not switching. It is
Stop
you
fucking
who is
pivoting.
switching.
You're pivoting. You're switching the scenario every fucking 2 seconds.
For the record, we agreed to debate January 6th. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be
They
right back.
need the reparations. Oh, so here we go again. I was right. We're going to debate January 6th reparations. And if you don't think that they deserve the reparations after some of those prisoners went in the broom closet, they literally got put in a broom closet for months. They never even got charged of any crimes. These January Sixers need reparations. But double tap that like button, guys. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Drop some super chats if you guys have any questions or comments before she gets back. We're gonna try to pull up a case of all the January Sixers that were mistreated because there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people mistreated in January 6th, so we can go on and on and on and on and on and on.
Where do you want to
So,
start?
so we'll start with the Christopher Waller case. In October 2021, the U.S. District Judge
I don't know who that is.
Royce Lamberth, what?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, well, he was a January 6er. He was held by top DC jail officials in contempt of court. The judge found that the jail had deliberately and improperly delayed necessarily medical equipment for Christopher Roll, a January 6th defendant suffering from a non Hodgkin lymphoma and a fractured hand. Limerick formally requested a Department of Justice civil rights investigation into his case.
If you want me to agree with prisoners' rights, I'm with you. 100%. Prisoners deserve more rights.
So if they get mistreated, why shouldn't they be able to sue and get their money back, get some money?
That's a completely separate thing.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the January 6th reparations, right?
Um, that actually can be sued outside of these reparations. So that mistreatment is actually already covered by the law. There
They
was
didn't
no need
sue
for this
anybody.
fund to
Nobody
be
sued
passed.
anybody. It's not covered by the law. No
It
one
was.
sued anybody.
It was, and it is.
By what law?
When you are I mean, the Americans for
You don't
Disabilities
know.
Act
You're
runs
bullshitting. You're full of fucking shit. Go ahead and try to
the
explain it. I
ADA,
dare you.
the ADA,
The ADA?
Americans Disabilities Act,
What about it?
that you cannot discriminate or withhold accommodations, especially for someone who's in prison. You need to provide appropriate accommodations.
Okay, they would have to
And
sue with their own
There's much
money.
precedent
They
for
would
that.
have to sue
For
them with their
example,
own money.
charges have been dropped, and cases have been, people have been given a lot more deference because of the
None of
way that
these
they were
cases I
mistreated.
mentioned
For
have been
example,
dropped.
women who were not giving
None
menstrual
of these
products and
cases
were
I
not giving
mentioned have been
implants,
dropped.
and they've had to bleed through their underwear. That was actually a factor in how
Okay,
they were
none of the cases
prosecuted.
I brought have
So
been
that was already
dropped.
covered, not
It
relevant.
wasn't covered. They've never been sued for it. It's never been taken in court. What are you talking about?
Okay, so what is your understanding of what this new fund is for? What is your understanding of what this new
It's for
fund is for?
reparations for people that were mistreated on January 6th. This individual never had justice. He never had a court case. He never had nothing. I just told you he was mistreated. You don't give a fuck about justice or law. You
All
don't
right.
care.
My first thing was I agree with you.
Unconstitutionalist.
My first thing was I agree with
Unconstitutionalist.
you on prisoners' rights. That was my very
Okay, so
first
then give the
response.
man his fucking money. Stop trying to hoard that shit for your homeless ass Democrats that don't want to work.
Okay, so all the people in Texas who have had to live, all the prisoners in Texas who have had to live in basically
Sure, you can
lethal
give them their
conditions
money
when
too,
they
but they
don't have
gotta
air
sue.
conditioning, do you think they're entitled to some
And
compensation?
no air conditioning, no. That's no. I don't give a fuck air conditioning.
Okay,
I live
well,
in
do you
Florida.
know
I don't
that
care.
without air conditioning in those conditions, it's actually known to kill people?
Boo fucking who? Those are convicted criminals.
Okay,
This
well then
guy was
boo fucking
convicted
who to
of
your guy.
nothing. He was
You have
convicted
to
of
be
nothing.
consistent. You have to
He
be
was convicted of
consistent with
nothing.
principles.
You're talking about convicted prisoners. I'm talking about someone that's never been convicted.
Okay, what about people who pleaded guilty to beating cops? Do you think they deserve our tax dollars?
If they didn't do it and if they were
They
improperly set up, yeah.
pleaded guilty
No
to it.
one
It was
beating
on
cops.
film.
No one
It
was
is
beating
on
cops.
film
No one got
from
charged. No
multiple
one was beating
angles.
cops. Only one or two people were doing that. It wasn't all hundreds of them. You're full of
Okay,
shit.
so you agree
Those
those
people
people
don't
should
even
not
get
be entitled to,
reparations. You
reparations.
haven't even read it because those people don't get
Oh, I've read it.
reparations.
I've read it.
No, you have not read it because
That's
those
why I
people don't
agreed.
even
I
get
agreed to debate
reparations.
this because I do know. I do know. I do know how beyond egregious it is that we are giving these people our tax dollars.
Black people want my tax dollars. They ain't getting reparations.
Oh, I'm
Your
sorry. Wait,
dumbasses are
no.
the ones that wanted to lock
January
them
6
up and
people
throw
who
the
beat
key away.
cops.
Y'all are the ones that wanted to lock them up and throw
I'm
the key
talking about,
away. That was a corrupt justice system.
it's not
That was a corrupt
y'all. It's
justice
not
system.
y'all.
That
It's
is
the
y'all. It's
law.
your
The
people. It's
law.
your people. No, it's not the law. That's why they're getting reparations and you're mad about it. No reparations for blacks. No
Okay, so
reparations
James
for illegal
Comey
alien
is a
immigrants.
lifelong
No
Republican.
reparations for illegal alien criminal scumbags.
James
Just
Comey is a lifelong
deportation and
Republican.
prison time.
James Comey is a lifelong Republican. And now he's had his home raided as a result
What
of
are
the
we
eight.
pivoting? Are we debating about January 6th or are we debating about James Comey? You
You
think you can
said,
run away? Get
you
over
said,
here. You can't run
you
away.
said
You're going to talk
y'all,
about January
you said
6th.
y'all were the
You're going to
ones
talk
who
about January
prosecuted them.
6th. You're
And
going to
so I'm
talk
talking
about how
about
y'all imprisoned
people who are
innocent
not
people.
Democrats.
Y'all imprisoned innocent people on January 6th. Innocent fucking people protesting peacefully, and these people got locked up. You know how many people that got locked up, all they did was show up? You have any idea?
I know that there were multiple
No, you
people who,
don't. You don't know shit. How many people got locked up just for standing there doing nothing?
I don't know how many people got locked up and arrested
Oh,
in
pivoting,
BLM.
pivoting, pivoting, pivoting. All you do is pivot. You don't know nothing about nothing. Now answer the question. How many
Pivoting.
people
You
on January
said
6th
that
were walking
you said
around doing
you
nothing?
said you said y'all, as in liberals, persecuted and prosecuted Jan 6 people, right? It was not y'all, it was not liberals.
It
It
was.
was
There was your
the
media attention,
law.
your
It was
negative
the
media attention. No,
law.
it wasn't. It was
Okay, so it's
reparations
okay to beat
time.
cops or
You're
not
gonna
okay to
pay for
beat
our
cops?
reparations now.
Do you support
You're
that?
gonna pay for our reparations because you broke the law. So you're gonna
No,
pay
no,
for
no.
our
I'm not.
reparations.
You
You
and I
broke the
both.
law. So you're gonna
Every
pay for
American
our
taxpayer is going to pay for it.
reparations.
Yeah,
You don't
for
arrest
generations.
peaceful
We're
protesters.
all going
You
to pay
don't
for it.
arrest peaceful protesters. How many people were just walking around and you arrested? They weren't breaking anything. They were not putting their hands on anybody. You think it's funny. You don't care about the
I'm
Constitution. You're
laughing at
against the Constitution. You are against the Constitution.
they're clowning
What
on
is
me.
the
I'm
Bill of
sorry.
Rights? What is the Bill of Rights? If you're not against the Constitution, tell me what the Bill of Rights is. Do you know what the Bill of Rights is? We'll wait.
The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution.
Okay. Good evening, Burnell. How you doing? Double tap that like button, guys. If you guys got, oh, you timed out a guy with my name on it. So how about the people that were innocently there? They didn't do any crimes. Do they deserve to get anything? Yes
Okay,
or no?
let's
If
say
it
I
was
agree.
just them, would you be
Let's say
okay with
I
it?
agree with you about the quote unquote innocent people. What about the people who pleaded guilty to beating cops?
Okay, what
What about
about
them?
let's pretend for a second that those people aren't getting money because they aren't getting money. Let's pretend for a second the truth is the truth. Would
Well,
you be
Trump's
okay with
trying to get them
would
money.
you be okay with the January Sixers getting money?
Me?
Yeah, would you be okay with it? The
I'm sorry.
nonviolent
This whole
ones.
conversation was no. That's
The
not where we put our
nonviolent
tax
ones.
dollars. I don't want
The
our tax dollars
non-violent
going
ones, the
there.
ones that were victims and mistreated in prison, you don't think they get a payday? Just those people?
I think they had their day in court.
Of course they had to plead guilty because the feds have endless funds and their lives were ruined. What else do you want them to do? They have a 98% conviction rate.
What do you think
You want
about all
people
the
with
people
no
that
money to
Trump?
fight against the federal government? What would you do if you had no money and you're fighting against the federal government? What are you going to do? You going to fight or are you going to cop out to a police so you don't do life in fucking prison?
I don't understand how
You're
you
gonna
are
cop
saying
out. You're
this.
gonna cop
Trump
out on the
gave them
first
a
plea you
pardon.
get. You're not gonna fight nothing. You're gonna cop out on the first plea you get. Of course, they had to plead guilty when they have a 98% conviction rate. No money for lawyers, nothing. What are they gonna do? Fight against the federal government?
What do you think about the people who said that I only did what I did at the behest of Donald Trump?
What people said that? They have free will. It doesn't matter what they say. Trump
The
didn't say
shaman,
that.
I believe, said that.
Trump didn't say that. The shaman wasn't even there, I don't think.
Okay. Well, show me. I mean, the bottom line is people blamed Trump, and also they got a pardon. He pardoned people who beat cops. It's on
Yes, because
video.
the
It
cops
is
let them
on
in. Because
video.
this was all orchestrated by the
Okay, all right,
FBI. Do
okay,
you
all right,
care?
okay.
Do you care
Let's
about the
say that
facts? You
let's
just
say
live
that
in a
they felt
delusion where you
forced.
think you're
Let's say
smarter
that
than the
they felt
president of the
forced.
United States. The average man is smarter than you, much less the president is years and years ahead of you.
Let's say that they felt forced to plead guilty. Okay? Let's say that they felt forced to plead guilty.
Oh, apparently you'd fight that case. You're a real warrior. You would fight your criminal charges. You wouldn't cop out. You're a fighter. You don't just give up. That's not you, is it? Yeah, okay.
I'm talking about people who were
You
on
would cop
video
out in a second.
beating
If they said you have a
police
choice right now,
officers.
5 years
They
or life in
pleaded
prison,
guilty because it was
you're
on
gonna plead
video.
out so quickly if the
Okay,
feds offer you five years
who were the
or
first
life in
people
prison
to breach the
or fight
Capitol?
life in prison.
Who
The
were the
Capitol
first
wasn't breached.
protesters
The
to get into
doors
the
were
Capitol?
opened.
How did they get
The
in?
doors were opened and y'all let
No,
them
that's
in.
incorrect. The first people
No,
who
that
got
is
in
true. Y'all
was
open
through
the doors and let
a
them
broken
in.
window. They cracked a window. Those were the first
Yeah,
people
and
into
then
the
y'all
Capitol.
open the
Those are
doors.
the facts.
Y'all open steel
These are the
doors, that
simple facts.
impenetrable steel doors. Y'all
They're the
opened
simple
impenetrable steel
facts. You
doors.
can
You
watch it
and
on
you
video.
opened
It's all there to
impenetrable
see.
steel
Okay, so do you
doors.
think Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger gave up their careers for nothing? You think it was just for
Yes,
funsies? It was like
yes,
for the
because they're
you're
losers.
you're a
Yes, they're
fool.
major
You're a
fucking
fool.
losers. That's why. Yes, they gave up their jobs because they're incompetent. They don't know what the
Okay,
fuck they're
so they
doing in other
ascended,
regions.
they got to that level of political power, and then they were
Liz
suddenly
Cheney
just
got
like,
hit that
oh,
shit from her dad.
oh,
She
I don't
didn't do
care.
shit.
I'm gonna
Her
give it a
daddy was a
try.
warmonger.
That's
Her
absurd.
daddy was a warmonger.
It's
She
just
didn't work
completely
to get to
absurd.
that position. What kind of bullshit mind games? What kind of fucking circus clownery do you have going around in your brain?
Okay, so you think that the government was weaponized to prosecute the Jan 6 people?
Yes, that's a fact. That's why they're
Mm,
getting
Okay,
reparations.
explain to me how the government was weaponized to prosecute the
Because
Jan 6 people.
people were put in broom closets with a shut door
So
instead
did
of a
like
prison
Joe
cell.
Biden say go after these people on social
The
media?
government, the DOJ went after them, and people are mistreated in prison. Like so many of them were mistreated in prison. They didn't get court hearings. They got put in broom closets. They got beat. They
Oh,
got
they got court
malnourished.
hearings.
The list just keeps going
You're
on and
telling me
on.
they didn't get court hearings? Let's see that. That's
The
incredible.
first
That's
one I
mind blowing
mentioned
to
didn't
me.
have a court
That's
hearing.
mind blowing to me. Let's see that. I want to see
The
that. That's
first one
mind
I
blowing.
mentioned
You
did
want to
not.
blow my mind and prove me wrong? Let's see that. Who didn't
I
get a
already
court
told you
hearing?
about the ones abused. You didn't care. So why would you care about this one? Is it going to change your
You
opinion
just
all of a
told me
sudden?
that some of the Jan 6 people were imprisoned without court hearings, that they were
Yeah, they
sentenced
got put in
without
prison
court
with
hearings.
no bond.
Let's hear it.
No
Who was
bond.
sentenced without a court hearing? I want to hear
I
this
didn't say
because this is going to
sentence. Now
blow
you're
my
changing
mind.
my words again and
No,
again and again.
I would love, yeah, please blow my mind and
Now you're
tell me how
changing my
stupid
words.
I
I
am.
already told you before. You didn't care the first time. Why are you going to care the second
Okay, give
time?
me one name of someone who was sentenced and imprisoned without a court hearing. I would
Every
love
single one of them were put in jail for not
sentenced.
having a court hearing, huh?
Sentenced. They were
I didn't say
sentenced.
sentence. Now you're putting words in my mouth. Now you're making shit up. The first guy I told you did not get a court hearing because he had a situation going on. I pull it back up.
If someone was given a prison
If you
sentence
shut the fuck
without
up for
having a
long enough,
court
I can
hearing,
read
I
it to
want to
you.
know because I'm upset about that. I agree with you.
You're
That's
not upset.
wrong.
You don't care about any of the January
I'm
Sixers
sorry.
being
I
mistreated.
disagree with you. I
You don't
disagree
want
with you.
shit for them. You
Hello?
want them to roll
Hello?
over in a hole
Hello?
and die. Because
Hello?
that's what you want.
Did I not just agree with you that if they were sentenced and imprisoned without a court hearing, that that is wrong? I
Yes,
just
but you don't
did
want to
agree.
give them reparations. You don't want to give them their money, what they deserve. Because you're brainwashed. You're not a free thinker. You can't think for
I'm still
yourself.
waiting to hear who was imprisoned and
If you shut the
sentenced.
fuck up for
Who was
5 seconds,
sentenced?
I
Yes,
can
yes.
tell you, but all you
Yeah,
do is
go ahead.
yap your fucking lips
I'll take your
without
time.
saying anything of
Take
fucking
your time.
value. What's so fucking ever? You don't say anything of fucking value. All you do is just talk in fucking circles like a fucking retard. If
I'm
you let
just
me speak
saying.
for 2 seconds, I can tell you, but it's almost impossible to
Yeah.
read or pull up anything when you won't stop
No,
fucking
I'm
yapping
waiting.
your
I'm waiting.
lips.
I'm waiting.
I can't tell you because you don't shut the fuck up. Even when I'm talking, you have to interject
Well,
every
you
two
keep talking
seconds.
about how I won't shut the fuck up instead
You
of
don't want
listening.
me to show the source. If you don't shut up, I'm just gonna fucking mute you until I find it. Like
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop taking so much fucking Adderall. There's a link right there. 500. 500 of them. Here, hold on. I'll send it to you in Discord before you start screaming and yelling. Don't scream, don't yell. I'm trying to pull up the article. It says WUSA
Okay, I
9.
saw it.
You saw it then.
So they were denied bail.
Yeah, and all of them
Looks like
sat
they
in
were
prison
denied
without a
bail.
court hearing, like I told you.
Okay, so do you remember the other day when I was mentioning that old
Neither
woman
had been
who
sentenced, neither had been in trial. They were forced to be in prison for years with no fucking court hearing, no trial, no nothing. So how is that not weaponizing the justice system? Like, what the fuck are you on about? You don't care. You said you'd care. Now you don't fucking care. Now it's
so
crickets
they were
and
denied
fucking.
bail. They were denied. I'm sorry. Did I say I didn't care? What the
People that
fuck
do
did I say
murder
that?
are
I
not
never
denied
said
bail.
that.
Rapists,
I
murderers,
actually have a
they aren't denied bail.
strong issue with that. I have a strong issue with
No,
that.
you don't.
In
You
fact,
don't
that
want
was one
them
of
to
the
have
main things I brought
reparations.
up in your
You
Discord.
don't
That was
want
one
them
of
to
the
have
main things I brought
reparations.
up in
You
your
know they're
Discord. Was an
mistreated.
innocent woman who was kept awaiting trial. She was awaiting trial. She was denied bail and she was kept in there. She was ultimately proven innocent and she was kept in jail for months. So yes, I do care. I do care.
Was she from January 6th?
No.
January 6th, a grandma who was pushed and stood near a security guard was fined 150 fucking $1,000. This bankrupted people. This ruined people's lives. You don't fucking understand. You don't want anyone to get
Okay, did
reparations. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? A grandma was pushed near a security guard and she ended up getting fined 150,000
so
fucking dollars.
what about what I've
You
said
don't
has
care about
made you
any of the
feel like
fucking
I
innocent
don't
people.
care
Huh?
about the inability to I care when people
No,
are
you
denied
don't.
bail
You
and they
don't
aren't given a.
fucking care.
All right, whatever.
You don't
You
care.
don't
Don't
know what
give
I
me a
care
sob
about. You're
story.
not listening to what I
Then
say
give
that
them
I care about.
reparations. If you care, give them the reparations.
Okay, well then we're gonna have a shitload of reparations to pay to black people who were
No, we're not. Black
ultimately proven
people are
innocent and
not
were
victims.
denied bail for
Blacks are not
months.
getting $1. They're only victims to other blacks. They're killing each
Do
other.
you
They
think the
love their
January
hip
6th
hop. What they
people
do
are
is
the only
let their
people?
pants sag below
Do
their
you think
fucking
the
waist.
Jan 6 people?
That is the
Do you think
damage
the
they're doing to
January 6 people?
themselves.
Do you think the January 6 people are the only people to be denied bail and then to ultimately be proven innocent? Do you think they're the
If
only
anyone
people
that
to have
can
that
do that, they
happen?
can sue the court
Because they're
system
not.
themselves. Okay, those people can get justice too. It's not about black or white. It's nothing to do
Okay,
with
so where
black
do you
people.
draw
We're
the
not
line?
giving black 1,400 years white people were slaves. 400 years black people were slaves. Either they owe us for 1,000 fucking years or they get nothing. It's that simple.
I just think that the way that this slush fund has been described and is intended to be implemented, that it easily could apply to James Comey, for example.
Sunglasses off, please speak eye to eye. Chud the Builder $1 million bail.
What
No one passed. Kamala Anthony deleted someone 125K bail.
anybody asking for my sunglasses off is just proof I'm correct to wear the sunglasses.
We can still see your eyes. But what do you think about Chud the Builder getting a
Okay.
$1.25 million bail, while Kamala Anthony had a 125K bail? You don't care about that? You don't know about Chud the Builder and Kamala Anthony? You don't
Are
keep
you talking
up
about
with
me? Are you
recent
talking to
events?
me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Well, the way that bail is decided is, are you a flight risk or are you likely to reoffend if we let you out? Right? You understand that? That's how bail is decided.
Okay, and
Do you understand?
that's the highest murder bail in
We
the
agree that
country.
that's
So
how bail
that's the
that we
highest
agree that
homicide
that's how
bail.
bail is decided.
Yeah, that's the
Do we
highest
agree?
attempted homicide bail ever in history of that county or that state, particularly. Yes, we agree.
So so are you insinuating that that bail was set high for what?
Because he's a white, famous, conservative man.
So a judge put a target on their back because they really hate white guys? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. The system's against white straight man.
That's
You're
dumb as
correct.
hell, and
It's not
it's
dumb as hell. That's
ridiculous.
statistical fact. Why does every other attempted murder case in the country with black men have lower bails? Please
Oh,
explain
does
it to me.
attempted murder for black men get filmed for clicks? typically?
Yes, it does. It gets filmed
No,
all the
it
time.
doesn't.
Yes, black men love to kill each other and film it. That's all the rap music culture. They
Okay,
do
show
that
me
all
another
the
case
fucking
where
time.
someone was likely to professionally benefit from being released and from committing the same or similar crimes, and that's why the bail was, or they were given bail, given a lower bail. No,
Little
this
Dirk.
person stands to professionally and
Little
socially
Dirk is a
benefit
criminal. He's an
astronomically.
African American criminal. He's part of the drill music scene. He's been given bail plenty of times for many attempted murder crimes, and he's been given low burt. And he
We're
makes
talking about
rap
Chud.
music. No, I'm
Who
talking
are we
about
talking
Little
about?
Dirk. Little Dirk, he's a black man that profits off making music, talking about killing people. He's fought attempted murder charges before, and he's part of the African, community over there.
Someone who films murder
He basically
trilogy.
films murders. They're just movies. He makes a music video of him using his firearm to unalive somebody, and then he sells it as a fucking rap music video. How is that any fucking different?
I don't know who that person is, but this sounds like a
You
different
don't know who
situation.
Little
And if
Dirk
what you're
is?
saying is
You
true,
don't
then I
know who
disagree.
OTF Little Dirk is? Little Dirk,
No,
Chief Keef, the black
no,
community.
I'm a white girl from Michigan, so no, I don't know who that is.
Ask your boyfriend if he knows who Little Dirk and Chief Keef is.
No,
He'll tell you
he
about
won't
it.
know either. He's even whiter
Yo,
than me.
so y'all know nothing about how violent these black men get.
Both, he's definitely from Detroit, and I'm about an hour outside of
So then he
Detroit.
knows
So
about Chief Keef and Little Dirk. Her boyfriend would be attracted to a real man, says Time.
wait, who, who would I
Your
say that would
boyfriend.
make him be like, oh, I know what you're talking about?
Have you heard of Chad the Builder? Are you familiar with Chad?
I know who Chud the Builder is. He definitely doesn't. The rappers or the whatever you were saying
Chad the Builder
that
needs to
he would
be
know.
freed. Chad the Builder is a. They're trying to make an example out of him. They're trying to make a fucking example out of him. We're gonna free Chud the Builder and we're gonna have a white boy summer all fucking summer.
I don't know about you, but I like Law and Order.
He deserves to get bailed out. We're gonna bail out Chud the Builder and we're gonna have a white boy summer all the way.
Okay, so actually there was a study, and it is a couple years old to be fair, but there was a study that
It's
proved that
incorrect.
if you replace, pardon me.
I said it's incorrect. Go ahead.
Well, okay, the bottom line is that basically, so nobody was like, judges kept making rulings about bail, who to grant bail to, and so on. And then so they applied an AI to make the decisions and be like, okay, they followed it through, and they said, okay, this is what happened with the judge's actual decisions, and then here's what would have happened if we had listened to the AI's decision about who to give bail to. And the AI's decision had like 90% or some fucking crazy level of reduction in offenses as a result of being granted bail. So do you think that the people who should decide bail should be AI? Do you think it should be AI?
No, that's horrible. That's retarded. No.
Why? If you
Um,
value law and order and innocence until proven
AI is
guilty.
fucking retarded because demons want that shit. I don't see your super, buddy. I don't. This guy said I ignored his super, but I don't
Okay,
see
well,
your
you
super.
think judges are bad and you think AI is bad, so what do you do?
AI is more retarded than judges. No, thank you. I don't want computers to throw me in fucking prison.
Okay,
I'm good
well,
on
right
that.
now you're complaining about judges.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's an injustice against white men.
Well, that sounds like
But,
a complaint to me.
well, fine. I'm complaining, but AI is worse. If you think AI is gonna be
I
better, you're
mean,
fucked up. Then I
statistically
don't know what to
speaking,
tell
in
you.
this study, it was not worse. It was
No,
much,
fuck
much,
that
much,
AI
much,
study
much
of
better.
AI. I don't want an AI
Hey,
of an
I don't
AI
like AI
study.
either. AI,
Then
I'm a
stop trying to make
scientist.
it
When
my
I
fucking
ask AI
judge.
things, it consistently leaves out really important details. But in this case, it was statistically spot fucking on.
It's not spot on about jack shit.
I'm just saying that statistically, when it was made to get, it was asked, what would you do in this case? Would you grant bail or what would you set bail at? And they, of course, they just listened to the judges, but they gamed it out, and they said, what if we had listened to the AI? And it was like, oh, well, the AI was better by fucking leaps and bounds. So maybe the AI would have let Chud the
I don't
Builder out.
care if they say it's better or not. Fuck that. I don't care if AI would have let
It's
Chud the
not what they
Builder out
say. It's
or not.
about
Fuck that.
reoffenses. Did you reoffend when you were released or not?
He's never reoffended before, so what's your point?
Okay, so the AI probably would have let him out. So are you advocating that we use AI to decide
So you're
how and
admitting
when
there's
to grant bail?
discrimination against Chud the Builder. So you're saying we should free Chud the Builder.
I
Free
I
Chud!
gotta be
Free
honest.
Chud! Free Chud!
I think this is something really weird to care about because
Nah, I think it
I'm more
matters for
concerned
America.
with.
It's a matter of our Constitution. Can white men in America say what they want and not have to go to prison for extra long because they said it? The answer it turns out to be no, I guess. There's no freedom of speech
Okay,
for white
can I
males in
ask you
this
something?
country.
Okay, so can I give you a hypothetical and you'll like hear out my
Sure,
hypothetical?
sure.
Okay. Okay, so let's say I'm standing outside a hospital. My back is against the wall and there's why are you shaking your head? You
Keep
think I
going.
can't stand outside a
Uh,
hospital?
Keep going. Yeah, you can't do that. Keep going.
Why are you shaking your head?
Keep going.
All right. I'm standing outside a hospital and there is a man and he is sleepwalking. Why are you shaking your head? It's a hypothetical.
Keep going.
Okay.
No one's
I'm
interrupting
standing
you.
outside a hospital and there's a man, he's sleepwalking and he has a knife. He doesn't know he has a knife, he's sleepwalking. Why are you shaking your head? It's a hypothetical. Okay. I'm standing there and he's walking towards me with a knife. And I'm outside a hospital. Best place to be when someone's coming at you with a knife. And let's say in this scenario that this sleepwalking man is coming up to me and the only way I can keep him, I can stop him, I can make sure that he doesn't stab me is by killing him. Do you think I have the right to kill him to stop him
Sure,
from
that's
stabbing me?
self-defense in the state of Florida.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. We are not obligated to let him stab us, right? Are we legally obligated to let him stab us even though we're outside a
No,
hospital? We're outside a
no,
hospital, we'll probably survive, right? We're outside a
no.
hospital, right? You agree we're not legally obligated to allow him to stab us. We can use lethal self-defense to stop him. You would agree.
Yeah?
Wonderful. Okay, you're pro-choice. You're pro-choice.
No, you shouldn't unalive a baby. A baby isn't attacking you. You put it there yourself. And are we talking
Is
about
a
Chud
sleepwalking
Builder?
man innocent? Is a sleepwalking man innocent? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's sleepwalking. He's innocent.
No, it doesn't matter. You can't get these are not comparable situations. I don't even understand your point. You're killing a baby. A sleepwalking man is a man. A baby is a
A
baby.
baby is innocent, right? A baby's innocent, right? Baby's innocent.
Just admit you want
Shouldn't
to
be
kill
killed.
babies and we can move on. You just admit you're taking a life and we can move on and admit that you're fine with it and we'll be done. There's nothing to debate about.
Just admit that you agreed with me until you realized I was
No,
talking
because
about
a
what.
baby's life is not the same value as a old man's life, and if it, I don't even understand the analogy. Like it just makes no fucking sense. I don't understand how this has anything to do with pregnancy. This doesn't make sense at all.
Okay, what if
Like
it
what
was a
kind of
10-year
stupid
old
fucking
boy who was
analogy,
sleepwalking?
huh?
What if it was a 10-year-old boy who was sleepwalking?
And where did he go?
It's a 10-year-old boy and he's sleepwalking and he has a knife.
Okay, so how does a baby sleepwalk and how does it have a knife? How does this have anything to do with pregnancy or getting
I'm
abortions?
saying the 10-year-old boy is a person. The fetus is a person. I'm already granting that. I'm granting that the fetus is a baby, it's a person.
Okay, but the
I will
fetus
grant
isn't
you that.
trying to attack you.
And it's innocent. It's innocent, right? It's sleepwalking. It has
The
no ill
fetus
intent.
isn't
It's
trying to
innocent.
attack you. How is this comparable?
Will you acknowledge that pregnancy has the potential to kill you?
If you're in
And
front of a
also,
hospital and someone is sleepwalking, you should probably just move out of the way and call the ambulance. Like it's not even your
correct,
house.
correct. No, no. In this scenario, the only way you can keep the boy from stabbing you is by killing him.
Why would you even kill him? Well, then that makes no sense. Okay, how does this have anything to do with abortion? Are you
That's the
just
point
this
of the
retarded? You
hypothetical.
make all these hypothetical that have nothing to fucking do with each other. Like, are you strung out on drugs? I'm actually legitimately asking you
I'm
because
really
where the
glad
fuck
that I
do you
asked.
get this
I'm really
from?
glad that I asked it
Who
off
the
the
fuck
cuff because
came
you
up with
answered
this?
it
I knew you
correctly the
gotta
first
came up
time.
with this because this shit makes no fucking sense to me. We got 400 people in here. Can we get to 100 likes? Double
You
tap that
answered
like
it
button and subscribe.
correctly right off the cuff.
It
You
has
answered it
nothing to do
correctly,
with
and now you're
pregnancy. It has
backtracking.
nothing to do with abortion. This is just some made up bullshit straight out of your
I'm
head.
asking. Well, I'm asking how consistent you are with your values and your principles, and
Because
apparently you're
my
not very
values and
consistent.
principles are different from a made up bullshit story that has nothing to do with children or babies
But
whatsoever.
you debate
It's a
people on
horrible
live
comparison.
professionally, right? You debate people on live
This is the
professionally, right?
worst debate. This is the worst comparison I've ever seen ever. Like, how? Who even made this up? Like, genuinely, can you tell me if you made this
It's a
up?
pretty good comparison
How? It has nothing to do with the baby's life. The two things are unequal in
because
value.
I'm granting you that the baby, the fetus is a person. I'm granting you that. I'm granting you that it's innocent, right? It's innocent. It's a sleepwalking person. It has no ill intent. It has a knife. So it can hurt you, even if it's not lethal, and you're outside a hospital, right? So you have the best medical care right there. It's a very good
Why
hypothetical.
don't you just move out of the way? Nothing about
The
your analogy
hypothetical
makes
is
any
that the
sense.
only
This is
way
a
you can
terrible
stop it
analogy.
is by killing them.
This is a terrible analogy. It doesn't. It's not. Doesn't make any sense any which way. There's multiple holes that I've just poked in this analogy. How is it a good analogy? Please don't use this in another debate. You should have
I think it's an
practiced this
excellent
analogy against your
analogy, and the
boyfriend
fact
or
that
somebody.
you
Don't.
answered it one way when I first asked it and you're answering it a different way
It has
now
nothing to do with
tells
the
me that it's a
baby.
perfect analogy.
No, it has
It's a
nothing to do
perfect
with the
analogy.
baby. No, it has nothing to do with the baby. So would you
So
want?
a
So
baby
would
is
you
not
want your
innocent.
boyfriend? So would you protect your boyfriend's life even if it hurts you long term, or if there's long term financial consequences or something like that? Would you still save your boyfriend's life?
If you're asking me, should I be legally obligated to protect my boyfriend's life, even if it hurts me?
Not
No,
what
I should
I
not
asked
be
you to do.
legally
Nope,
obligated.
not what I asked you. Not what I asked you. I asked you, should you save his life?
All I'm interested in, what I'm legally
Should you
obligated to
save
do.
your boyfriend's life if you could? It's going to cause you long term
What should the
financial
government be able to
difficulties.
force me to do? What should the
Oh, so now
government be
you
able to
can't answer the
punish me for?
question. I have to
What should
answer
the
your
government
questions,
be able to
but you
punish me
refuse to
for?
answer my questions. You refuse to answer almost every single one of my questions because you can't answer them. All you do is deflect and
Because
pivot.
you're asking questions that have nothing to do with what I'm
Your
saying.
question had nothing to do with it. This is a closer and better analogy than the bullshit you gave me. Would you save your
You
boyfriend's
asked me
life?
what I would do,
Would
and
you
I'm
save
saying
your
it doesn't
boyfriend's
matter what I
life?
would do. I would never get an abortion, okay? But the government doesn't get to legally obligate me to sustain someone else's life.
And
That is
I
my
would never
issue.
kill a random person that's walking in front of a hospital, even if they're running out with me with a knife. So how the fuck is it any different? Answer the motherfucking question.
Okay,
Would
so
you
you
save
think that
your boyfriend's life if it cost you long-term financial
what does it matter
difficulties?
what I would do? Why does it matter what I would do?
You asked me what I would do, so why can't I ask you what you
No, I
would do?
didn't.
I can't
No, I
return the
didn't. That's not what I
question.
asked you.
Yes, you
That is not what
did.
I asked you.
Then what did you ask
That's
me?
not what I asked you. What I asked you is, can the government legally obligate
No,
you
no,
to
you did
allow
not ask
yourself
me
to
about
be
that.
stabbed?
You did not ask it that way. No, you did not. Rewind the footage.
Pretty sure I've been clear
Rules in
about
your
what
analogies.
are we okay with the government obligating you to do?
That's not what you asked me. You said, what would you do over and over again? I have it on film. It's
That's
right here.
definitely not what I
Rewind
said.
back 5 minutes ago. Everyone can see it.
That's absolutely not what I said.
That is exactly what you said. Okay, so if should the government mandate you save your husband's life if he's dying? If you're able to.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question.
If you're able to do it easily, should the government mandate you saving your husband's
That's
life?
a great question. Yeah, ask the chat.
No, I'm asking you.
For me, as the law stands, no, we are not obligated to sustain other people's lives.
So if you don't save his life easily, that means you're going to be killing him then. Because I just said you could
I'm
easily save your
asking what
husband's
the
life, and
government
you just
can
said no,
obligate
I
me
can kill
to
him.
do.
So the government shouldn't obligate you to save someone else's life, even though you can do it easily.
Does the government obligate that
So
you
the
donate your
government
kidney to
shouldn't
your
act in the
child?
best
Does the
interest
government
of the
obligate that you
people.
should donate
So
your
you
kidney to
admit
your
the
child?
government should. So you just admitted to me the government should not operate in the best interest of the people. Then okay, that's good to know. You've proven my point.
Should the government obligate parents to donate their kidney to their child should they
No,
need
but
it?
apparently the government should not
No?
obligate you to have the
No?
country as a better
You
place.
said no. Did you just say no?
Well, it depends if it's going to kill him or not. What are you talking about? What organ?
I said if the child needs a kidney, should the government obligate the parent to give
Well, you
that
never
kidney?
answered my question, so why the fuck should I answer yours?
But you were asking about what
You
I
didn't
would do,
ask.
and it's
Answer
not
the question.
relevant.
Are you going to say should the government legally require you if you can easily save your husband's life? Should the government require you to save someone's life? And if you say no,
No,
you're saying the government shouldn't
no.
work in the best interest of people. So you're admitting right now the government should not work in the interest of human life. Is that true?
Okay, are you advocating against self defense?
But this is peaceful human life. It's different than self-defense. This is peaceful, harmless human life. Are you advocating for the government to save it or destroy it or not care about it? Because you
I'm
just said
saying
the government shouldn't care about human life, basically. You
the
said the
government
government
should
should
not
not mandate you
obligate
to care.
you to save
So the
human
government
lives.
should not obligate you to save people's lives that you could easily save with no effort. So basically, the government should allow you to allow people to die.
The government
Do
cannot
you understand
obligate
the
you to
logic?
be.
So you're admitting
Yeah,
the
do
government
you?
should not do things that are beneficial, more beneficial for the people overall. So there you go.
That's
You
not what I
believe in a
said.
government that is not beneficial for the people overall.
That's not what I
That's
said.
great to know. That's great to know.
Okay, so do you think that if someone comes into your house and like maybe they're drunk and they don't know where they are, you think you should be charged with murder if you shoot them?
Well, obviously not. What does that have to do with anything?
It's
That's not an
exactly
innocent
murder.
person. That's not an innocent person. Even if you accidentally ended up there, you're not innocent because you were taking substances, you were taking drugs or alcohol. So the
Okay, what
fact
if
that you
someone
ended
murdered
up
you?
there is on
What if you
you.
weren't taking
Meaning you
substances?
are
What if it was
demonic, huh?
Coca-Cola? Only Coca-Cola
Then
and
why
you
did
were
you end up
drugged?
there? Then why you're drugged? Then I think it would be virtually impossible. When has that ever happened before? Anyway, Time has a super chat. He says the government has already deleted a person as an illegal. That's what it is when you do it in the womb. So it's already regulated in a crime. So deleting a person, murder is already illegal. And if you allow murder to happen near you, then you're a complicit of murder. If someone murders you in front of someone else, if someone murders your boyfriend in front of you and you just allow it to happen, that means you're complicit in murder. If you can easily save a life and it takes no
See?
effort and you allow it to happen, you're complicit in a murder. So you believe allowing the government to be allow the people to be complicit in murder. You said it doesn't matter if the government allows people to be complicit with murder. That does not matter. Even if they can easily save them, that's irrelevant. That's what you said. That's what your logic said. And you might want to rewatch this video back so you can fully understand it. But can we get to
I
200
should
likes,
rewatch
guys?
it back.
Yeah.
I feel like you are contradicting yourself multiple times just in the
No, I'm
last few
not. You
minutes
should really
alone.
listen and watch it back.
No, I'm very, very principally and values wise consistent. I have
No,
no
you should
doubt
watch what
in
you
what
you
I'm
should
asking
watch what
you.
you sound like because I watch
I'm
myself all
saying
the time.
here's where the law stands in terms of self defense and what we are obligated to endure, what we are
Self
obligated to
defense is not the
accept
same thing as
as a
murdering a
risk from
baby.
other
Self
people,
defense
and
is
what
not the same
warrants
thing as
self
murdering a baby.
defense.
Self defense is not the same thing as murdering a baby. You don't understand that. You think murdering a baby is self defense.
You should
You
not.
are fucked up in the head.
I think you
You think
know
abortion is
exactly
self
what I'm
defense.
saying.
Do you think abortion is self defense?
Do you think that pregnancy has a 100% survival rate?
Pivot, pivot. All you do is pivot. You have never once in this entire debate
So
ever
yes, I
answered
do
any
think
of
it's
my
self-defense.
questions.
Yes,
You
I think
almost
it's self-defense.
you
Yes.
realize you've never answered any of my questions. You always just ask me a
I
question right
just said
after.
yes. I think it's self-defense. Yes.
So you think abortion is self defense?
I think it's within what our laws consider to be self-defense. Yes.
So how is a baby attacking you? How is abortion self defense?
It's growing inside me and has the potential to kill me and cause permanent damage.
So
Yet
are
we do
you the
not
one
get to
that are you
ask
the
other
one that
people.
put it there?
Does your opinion change if it was a result of rape?
No.
No. So then why'd you ask? I have to go to the bathroom. So is this the end?
Again? Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Apparently I was lying when I said women use the restroom way, way more. But double tap that like button. Let's get to 200 likes, guys. Abortion is not self defense, it's murder. And yes, I can have an opinion on abortion because it takes two to make a baby. A woman cannot make a baby on her own. And a man's sperm cells is directly what decides the gender of a baby, not a woman. The gender of a baby only comes from a man and does not come from a woman. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Absolutely, brother. I agree. If anyone wants to call in, you guys can drop some $50 super chats. We can let you guys call in. Or drop $100 super chat if you want to show some love. Give some memberships out. By her logic, self defense would start by not getting pregnant. I'm agreeing with you. Stop giving me those damn trophies. I'm not an unk, okay? Self defense would probably have to start at conception, before conception.
I'm talking about cases of rape.
And if you get grapes, then go to the hospital and get a grape kit. You won't need an abortion. It's that simple.
Do you know how conception works?
You know how the grape kit works?
You understand that an egg can be fertilized within moments of rape?
Yeah.
Okay, so what
So
then?
they don't put yourself in those situations. Or even
Okay, what
if
if you
you
didn't?
even
What
if
if you were
so,
just
plan
walking home
B.
from work?
Okay, so plan B is not abortion. Plan B is still bad, but it's not
Plan
abortion.
B cannot stop a fertilized egg.
Well, that's a rare circumstance.
If,
That's like
if
0.001%.
okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when they did not consent to sex, they did not put themselves in a risky situation to be raped. They were innocent, they were just being as careful as they possibly could. They were raped and they were impregnated. What are
Okay,
they
oh
legally
well,
obligated to do?
a baby from that was made with grape has the same value as a baby made without grape. Oh well.
Right, right, right. Agreed. Agreed. Yes, agreed with you. Yes. And that's why I'm saying it's important to say the government does not obligate us to sustain certain amounts of risk. The government grants us the right to kill other people.
for
for
self
self-defense.
if
They
they're gonna take
authorize
your
us to
life.
do that.
You're the one that got the baby, and you're already talking about
Why do you
zero
keep
point
saying that?
zero
Why
zero
do you
zero
keep
one
saying?
percent of the
All right,
abortions.
all right.
You're talking about zero point zero zero
You
zero
just
one
said
percent of
you're the one who got
abortions.
the baby, even though literally less than 30 seconds ago you said we agreed it's rape
Abortion is
and
murder.
you
That's a
didn't do anything.
biological fact. Just like there's two genders. That's a biological fact. And if you want to debate me, you
I'm
can come
talking
and join my
about
Discord.
babies who were conceived as a result of rape, a
Okay, their
fertilized egg
lives
as a
still
result
have
of rape.
value. No, you cannot murder them. No, it's not self defense because they can't attack you. A baby cannot attack you,
Okay, so
so it's not
how?
self
Okay, all
defense.
right, all right, all right, all right. Let's say okay.
Part of
Let's say
self
you know you
defense is
agree that
reasonable force.
the only time that you can get an abortion is for the life of the mother, right?
Huh?
The only time, in your view, right, if you're being consistent, is for the life of the mother.
No,
No?
no. Not even
Okay,
for the
when
life
are
of the
the
mother.
scenarios that you can get an abortion?
Never.
Okay, so if you get raped and impregnated and then you're gonna
I
die, you just
just
have to
said
die?
never. Yeah, I just said never.
Okay, well, hey, at least you said it.
If people go out and fight for this country and die all the time, and that's a consequence, then why should women expect anything less? Say something nice to each other. I don't know. I like your glasses. She's not gonna say nothing nice about me, y'all. So you don't gotta wait. Y'all don't gotta wait on that one.
I've said nice things about you. I have.
I'm not gonna let a trans woman say what women should have regarding their rights. Because you're a disgrace to women.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Not
You're saying that
you.
I'm a trans woman?
Are you? I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking to the one in the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I don't know. Are you? Now you got me wondering. Was I wrong? Did I misgender you? Are you trans?
I mean, I'm not trans, so I don't know. I don't know. Is that
Women have all
entertaining
rights.
for
I
you?
agree with you guys. Join that Discord link for the debates. Drop some super chats. Show some love. Drop
Yeah,
some
if you think you
memberships.
can give a better argument than Euro is giving right now, I will gladly debate you.
Oh, I'm sure
I
they
will
can.
debate
American will give
abortion
you
any
debate
day.
America on abortion.
Easy, easy. If someone is willing to say, okay, yeah, you shouldn't have the right to defend yourself, like you shouldn't be able to shoot someone if they're threatening your life or threatening you
A
with serious
baby does
bodily
not
harm.
attack you. What the fuck are you saying?
Remember just a few minutes ago when I said I agree it's a baby and it's innocent? Remember
So how
that?
can you
Remember
do?
when I
You
said I
can't do.
agree with you?
If a baby comes in your house, you cannot do fucking self defense against it because it's a
What
fucking
about if
baby.
it
Do you
comes in your
understand that?
body? What
Well, if
about
it
if it comes
crawls
in
into
your
your house and your
body?
door is open and you shoot it, you will be going
What
to
about if a
prison.
baby is like the Babadook? What about if the baby has like crazy a crazy theme song or some shit? What
Are
if
you an
about if the
acid or
baby?
something? What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't know. I'm being as absurd as you are. Okay.
No, you're the one saying that it's self fucking defense. How is that? How is that not absurd?
I'm saying what I'm saying is that according to our current laws of self defense, when you are legally allowed to fucking shoot someone, that pregnant women
A baby
legally
didn't
have
break
every
into
right.
you. You developed a baby.
Oh shit.
Okay then. I mean that's a double tap that like button, I guess.
Remember, this whole thing is I am saying I agree with you. I've already granted multiple huge things, which most pro choice people will fight on. I've already granted those three things. We're talking about rape, right? So we're not talking about if you consented to sex. We're talking about rape, We're talking about
Nope.
um um
Can't kill a baby. That's
no, no. We're talking about self-defense.
what I
We're
said.
talking about, and can I just really quick say something? It's not my fault that removing it from the body kills it. I don't want to kill it. I
Yes,
don't want to kill
it
it.
is.
I don't want
It's
the.
not my fault. Your body makes a baby, and
Oh,
you
am I
wanna
God? Am
kill
I
it.
God? Did I design the human form to make it
Then
so
don't
that
go around
removing a fetus kills
dudes. Then
it?
don't go around
No, I'm not
getting.
God. I'm not. If I was God, what I would do is I would say if a woman doesn't want to be pregnant, she can remove the fetus and put it in a woman who does. But
No,
that's
that's
not my
fucking
choice.
disgusting. What kind of demonic fucking shit is you talking about?
The shit that keeps babies alive.
Well, since you didn't want to give me a compliment, this person did. Thank you very much. This guy says, "Nice, bro has a fly shirt on. Thank you. Girl has nice hair." Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate
Oh
that.
yeah. My compliment for Euro is like there are a lot of MAGA channels, like the guy Dennis guy. I don't know what his name is. Dennis. Like there's a few MAGA channels that they just come up on my feed, and even with the most civil and like milk toast pushback or like questioning, immediate ban, and it's like, yes, this is not there's some hostility, but Graham, this is this is leaps and bounds above a lot of other MAGA communities. Like Graham is, compared to the other people, it's like I disagree, and it's a lot of bad stuff, but at least it's not just mute and ban. That I gotta give you credit for that.
Well, I feel the same thing about the Democrat communities. They just mute and ban.
I mean, Dean Withers lets Trumpers come up every day for 4 hours a day.
He mutes them every single fucking call he
When's the
gets.
last time you watched a full Dean Withers stream?
I
Probably
can't.
a
He
long
mutes
time.
them and cries. I've never watched one. He mutes and cries. He mutes them and cries.
Okay, well then you
But
don't. I
everyone,
mean,
don't tell Dean Withers to debate me. I think we have enough people where we can convince him. Everyone spam Dean Withers daily. If you
he's
watch
not.
Dean
He's
Withers,
not going to
go
come on
tell
your
him to
streams.
debate Euro and
You can
Travel.
call in. You can
Huh?
call in and film
I ain't
yourself
calling.
debating him.
I ain't calling in. How much does he want for a
Okay,
collab?
why would he ever stick his neck out for you?
Because I'll pay him to
Why would
do
he do
it.
that?
Because I'll pay him to do it.
How much? Like,
How much
unless you're
does
going
he
to pay him
want?
like $500,000, why would he do
Half a
that?
million dollars? He ain't worth a $500,000. He's worth a couple hundred, maybe a couple
Okay, even if
thousand.
you offered him, what do you think the minimum amount is that you could get him
I don't think he would
one
charge
week?
more than $5,000. I think that'd be a stretch.
I don't know. I think you would need to pay like to make no like all due respect, just purely business. Like
No one's gonna pay him
it would.
$20 for a fucking appearance on his show. No one's gonna do that.
He has no need for money, and so
I
all
can
he
debate.
has is
I'm gonna
like.
set up a debate against Destiny, and he has no need for money, and I ain't gonna pay for it. It's gonna be a debate panel. Just wait for it.
I mean, you would have to be like kind. You can't do
Fine,
this.
I'll debate Destiny
Not saying
first.
it's a character. I'm not saying it's a character, but you can't do this. If you're gonna go and talk to Destiny, you have to have a linear conversation. You can't. You have to respond to
The
points.
only one
Like,
that's not having a linear conversation is you. Every time I ask a question, you
yeah.
pivot.
See, I mean, yeah.
Every
See,
time I
it's
ask a
just stress
question, you
performance.
pivot.
It's
No,
just
this
not
is not a
interesting. His
performance. This
audience
is
will
how
not
you
like that.
act. This is not interesting pivoting. When someone asks you a question, you're supposed to answer it, not just pivot. That's so fucking
I
boring.
think I was giving you a very rational and actually
That was so
respectful
fucking boring.
response.
Nothing is rational about answering another question with a question. What is rational about that?
I've always wanted to help you out. I want to help you out. because the fact that you don't just outright ban people is kind of cool. Like, especially considering, where you're coming from. I think that's cool. Um, and I think you should pivot to leaving MAGA.
I ain't leaving
LeavingMAGA.org.
fucking MAGA. I think you should pivot on leaving the
LeavingMAGA.org.
penis crap party.
LeavingMAGA.org. Check it out.
No, being transgender is probably the most misogynistic thing you can do. All you think a woman is tits and a vagina. That's
Remember,
all
I
you
was
think a woman
walking
is.
through how
You
your
are
view is actually
misogynistic.
misogynistic.
If you believe in trans women, you are misogynistic. That means all you think a woman is tits and a vagina. You are misogynistic.
If you think that
A
you should
woman
only
is
be able
more
to
than
use the
tits and a
bathrooms that
vagina.
align with your
You can stop being
biological
fucking
sex, you actually
misogynistic
want
against
women to
women.
be in more danger.
You can stop being misogynistic against women.
If you think that women should or people should only be able to use the bathroom that aligns with their biological sex, you
Yes,
actually
that's
want
how it's
to be in
always
danger.
fucking been. That's not what I think. That's what I know. That's the facts. That's the reality of the world. It's
I don't
illegal for
know. Okay,
trans
for
women
anybody who
to
wasn't
go
here
into women's
before, the whole
restrooms.
issue is I don't know if y'all have ever seen a trans woman who's been on testosterone for a long time. They have full beards. You cannot tell. You couldn't, gun to your head, you couldn't tell that they're
I
a
don't
woman, or you
care.
could tell
Those
that
are
they're a
lesbians.
female.
Put them in there. I can tell.
Under
Put those
Graham's
lesbians in
law,
there.
you would
Put some
need
lesbians in
to,
there.
under his law, you would be, those people would be legally
Put those
obligated to use the women's
lesbians in
bathroom.
there.
And you know what that would do? People with full beards being legally obligated to use the women's bathroom, that would actually empower actual perverts to use the women's bathroom, right?
So you're so
Because
scared of
now people
perverts
who
using the
look like
bathroom,
men.
but you're so scared of men using the men's bathroom. You're so
Oh,
scared
I
of men
thought
using
this
the
whole
woman's
thing was
bathroom.
to protect
You're gonna
women.
let men
I
use
thought
the
this whole
women's
thing was to protect
bathrooms.
women.
You
Do
are
we want to
so
protect women?
scared of predators. You're gonna let men in the
I
women's
thought the whole
bathrooms.
thing was to protect
Wow.
women.
It makes
Do we want
sense,
to
right? You're
protect women's
so scared
spaces
of
or not?
predators. You're so scared of men
Okay.
coming in the women's bathrooms,
If
you're
you
gonna
don't
let
if you don't
men in.
want to
That
protect
solves the
women's
problem.
spaces, just
If you're
say that.
scared of pedos in women's spaces, then you can just let pedos in women's spaces. It makes sense. That's logical. No, that's not fucking logical.
I'm saying what you want is only going to make it easier for perverts and pedos to get into the women's bathrooms.
But
What you're
you want to
advocating
let
for,
perverts and pedos into women's bathrooms. You want
I'm
to let them
saying
in.
allowing
You
people
want
to
to let
use the
men in the
bathroom that
women's
aligns with their
bathrooms.
gender identity
You want to
is
let men
going
in
to
the women's
protect
bathrooms.
women more than the alternative. The alternative puts women in actual danger.
You want to put men in women's spaces. You realize that, don't you?
No, that actually okay, so you actually just described what you want.
No,
Because sex
transgender
is
women
different than gender.
are no. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Sex
Hear me out.
is
Hear
female
me out.
male.
Hear me
Gender
out.
is
Transgender
woman
women
man.
are men. Transgender women are men. I think you understand that. And when they go into women's bathrooms, that means you're allowing men in the women's spaces. Sexual predators are men. You want men, which are trans women, in women's spaces. How the fuck does that make any sense? If you're so scared of the creeps, then why are you letting the creeps in? How does
I
that
feel
make
like
any sense?
everything is you just said is telling me that you don't know the difference between sex and gender.
I just told you I've never seen a. I already know what you're gonna say. Gender is how you feel and express yourself. But I'm already telling you the specific transgender individuals I'm mentioning say they can change their sex. Both of them say it. Both of them say they can change their sex. All they have to do to change their sex is cut off their penis, and that changes their
Okay, well,
sex.
a lot of the Trump supporters I know say that America should be a whites only nation and we should deport
No,
all
they
colored
don't. You're
people.
full of fucking shit. Now you're just lying to people. Every single Democrat I know is a
No, it's
PDF file and a
100% true.
neo-Nazi, and they cut off
It's
children's
100%
penises.
true.
They cut off children's penises, and they're neo-Nazis, and they say
I'm
they
just
hate blacks
saying.
and whites. The only reason they want
You're
illegals in here
saying
is so
they
they can
don't
be their
represent you. I'm
slaves.
saying
So
those people don't
illegals can
represent
be your
trans folks.
slaves. That's what you want, is it? You want illegal alien immigrants picking your crops. That way you have cat food.
Yeah.
So illegal alien immigrants can pick your crops. That way you can have fucking cat food. Yeah, let those illegal alien immigrants pick those crops so you can have cat food. Let those slaves get your cat food. But double tap that like button, subscribe. If y'all have any real questions or comments, you guys can drop some super chats. I actually like this view a little bit better. Show me that cat again.
He hates politics. Winston. He's a good boy.
Someone said she must have several cats. Well, that's the conclusion one individual might come to,
Actually,
isn't it?
the only reason we have him is because he is like a cat that needs to be the only cat in the house. Like the reason we have him is he was the cat they first got in the family before, and then they got a second cat and he started pissing everywhere. And that's why we have him. Because he wants to be an only cat, so no. He's our only cat. He's a good
Were
boy.
you an only cat before on OnlyFans?
Pardon?
So were you an only cat on OnlyFans?
Was I the only cat on OnlyFans? No. I don't know. I think that anybody who uses OnlyFans is just they just haven't found the right forum, man. If you give a girl attention, make her feel special, she'll send you nudes.
What about? Oh no, I thought. What about? I thought you were gonna talk about the women on there. What do you think about the women on there? You think that they're disrespecting their mothers and their parents and their future children?
I think that they are the supply that is fulfilling the demand.
So you don't think there's anything immoral about an OnlyFans girl?
No. It's a free market, baby.
So why don't you go do it if it's a free market?
Why don't I do it? Because I have a degree.
Okay, so what are you saying? Women with degrees can have OnlyFans now?
I'm saying my degree would be devalued by me doing OnlyFans. There's no incentive for me to do
What's
OnlyFans.
your degree?
You already know the answer to that, and I'm not going to say it.
Liberal arts,
It's a bad.
fast,
It's a bachelor's of science.
liberal arts science, transgender
Liberal
science.
arts is a bachelor's of arts. I have a bachelor's of science.
And you have a bachelor of arts, liberal arts.
I have a bachelor's of science. It's called BS. Bullshit. But it is a BS. I have a bachelor's of science. I'm actually looking at my degree right now. My parents got it framed.
I have no clue what you're talking about, President Spunk. So you are saying those women are devalued, you bad feminist.
That's not what I said.
You said their degrees are going to get devalued if they become OnlyFans girls. You bad fucking feminist.
How does that make me a bad feminist? It just means that there's a public record of content of you, and if it's associated with your real name, a company's not going to want that to be a liability.
Well, they're not supposed to know you have an OnlyFans. They're taking those women's rights.
Well, yeah, if you Republicans keep getting away, the facial recognition is going to be making sure that that's not the case. Any person who has an OnlyFans, their facial recognition is going to ensure that it's connected with their government name. So,
What are
thanks,
we going on
Peter
about
King.
now? Facial
Well, you
recognition.
talked
What are we
about
talking about?
you said that they're not supposed to be connected with their real name, and I'm saying if you continue empowering this AI Peter Thiel Palantir facial recognition law enforcement working with the government says I'm just buying publicly available
You don't
data.
even
That's
know how
true
to
because
fucking spell Palantir. I'm not gonna sit here and entertain you. Exactly. You don't even
PALANTIR.
know how to fucking
Palantir.
spell Palantir. Get the fuck out of here.
PALANTIR. Palantir. Winston, come here. He hates it.
Why would you debate destiny? He talks out of his ass. Why not?
Better question is, why would Destiny debate Graham?
Because I'm a legend. That's why that's why they're asking why would you debate destiny. They're not asking why would destiny debate you.
They only know you as the performance. You just have to show that you can actually
As
uphold
a
a
performance,
conversation.
you lost the whole debate. The only one putting on a performance is you. I tried to keep it civil. I went into this
He
debate
says
saying
as he continues to perform.
I came into this debate saying that I want to make sure none of us talk over each other, and all you've done is made sure that this is a performance. You've ensured that
Sorry,
this is a performance. Because that's what women do.
sorry.
They make everything a performance.
I hate women.
I don't hate this.
Um, I think you should be aware that
That feminism
um,
has failed and men rule the world. Are you aware?
what do you think about the discrepancy there is?
What do
Like,
you
there's a
think
huge
about MAGA
discrepancy where,
masculinity?
huh? What?
Well, I'm answering your question. Go ahead and finish, though.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said
Um,
to answer your question, what do you think about MAGA masculinity?
MAGA masculinity.
Yeah, what do you think about MAGA masculinity?
I think that if you actually are a masculine person, that you won't have things driven by what seems like fear, which is,
What fear?
women ought to be subservient. A man who's actually
That's not
strong isn't going
fear.
to be afraid of a strong woman.
I'm not afraid of strong women. I'm just much stronger than the strongest women,
Well,
so
a lot of people on your side
they
are
all
strongly
obey.
advocating for women to submit to their husbands.
I don't have to advocate it. Every woman around me knows that if she wants what she wants,
Okay,
she's going to
well, you
sit there
should
and
know
obey. Or
that
she's going
there's
to get
one
nothing.
side that there's advocating for women to be equals, and there's one side that's advocating for women to submit to their husbands. And right now, you're on the side that's advocating for
How
women
are
to
y'all
submit,
equal?
and
How
that
are
seems
y'all
pretty
equal?
freaking weak.
Y'all are equal. That's an insult to women. Women are better at certain things, and men are better at
I
most
agree.
things.
I'm not trying to say that they are exactly the same. Anybody who says they're exactly the same, that's just stupid.
They're not equal.
But
They're not equal.
okay, do I need to do the thing with the hands again?
Not
There's
a
one side
single
that's
man on
saying
this
women and men
planet
should
is
be given.
scared of a strong woman. A stronger woman becomes a housewife and has kids. That's what a strong woman does. A strong woman becomes a housewife and has kids. That's what a strong woman does.
Does the strong woman do that because the government forces her to, or because she chooses to?
When does the government force them to do it? When does that
I'm
happen?
telling you that many of the big voices on your side advocate for women to be
I don't know
forced
who the fuck you're
to
talking
stay
about.
home, to have their vote taken away.
I don't know who you're talking about, but maybe if they're saying that, that's
Rachel
probably for a
Wilson,
fucking reason.
Andrew
It's
Wilson,
probably I don't know who I don't watch
Nico.
Andrew Wilson. I don't watch Nico. I don't know them.
Well, that's great. I'm glad.
And Nico is just a fucking entertainer. He's not a political person. So why the fuck are you bringing him up?
Does it bother you that people who are on your side have those
He's not
views?
on my
Because
side. Nico doesn't even fucking support Trump anymore.
so you don't think that women should be legally by the government taking their vote away or be forced to submit to their husbands? You don't think the government should do
Probably
that?
not. The woman should just be so
Okay.
decentralized to do
Okay.
anything
Well,
else
hey,
other than
I
that she wouldn't.
I disagree with Hassan.
But
I hate
listening to
Hassan Piker. There are
you hear
people
me
on the
bitch
left
about
that
it, it
I
makes me
hate.
want to take your fucking voter rights away because it feels
So
like
I
you're not
hope,
grateful for them. So it makes me feel like I
and
should take your fucking voter
I
rights away.
will have
It
my
makes me feel
fights
like
with
I
my
just want to
far left
grab and steal
people.
your
I
voter
hope that you
rights.
talk to your far right people. Talk to your far right people
I'm not far right.
because
I
I
don't
am
talk to those
fighting with the
people.
far left people.
No, you ain't. You are far left.
How am I far left? I'm a capitalist.
I don't care. That's more far left if you're communist.
I said I'm a capitalist.
Okay, I said if you're a
Capital,
communist, that means
money.
you're for. Okay, you're still far left. It doesn't matter. You're far left on every issue other than capitalism.
If you use the far left to describe a capitalist, you understand? Like, what
You
words
can
are
still
left to
be
describe
far
actual
left.
socialists?
You're
Okay, so
just
what
far
words
left
would you
for
describe actual
socialism.
socialists?
Oh my god, here we go with the mental fucking breakdown.
Okay, well, I'm just saying your words mean things. English is a precise
You
language.
are far left. You're just not socialist. You're not extreme far left. That would be extreme
Being
far
far
left.
left basically entails being
Capitalism
social.
isn't left or right. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, so I guess words just mean nothing
A
anymore
man could
then.
never
Why
lose to
even
a
use
woman in a
words?
debate, much less a MAGA. What were you saying?
I just saying that, like, if left and right don't exist, then what even does exist? Like,
It
words mean
does fucking
things.
exist. Yeah, I agree. Capitalism has nothing to fucking do with left or right.
Okay, but you know that, like, you if you call me far left, there are no words left to describe actual far left radicals. Because
That would
I'm
be a
not.
far left
I'm
radical.
just
That's what
not.
you just use
Like,
words
they
to
hate me.
describe it.
You understand? They hate me. They say I'm a fucking. They basically call me a Republican. You understand? So you need to save some words for them. I'm like just advising you. Like, if you want to actually be able to identify the far right crazy, far left crazy people, then save some words. Who else? Who in the chat knows who Andrew Wilson is? I'm so dumb. This is the first time I'm looking at chat. I, bro, you're wasting your time. She's so dumb. I'm dumb?
I
Do you
agree
really
with
think I'm
that
dumb?
person. Double tap that like button, guys. Get those likes way, way, way up. Make sure you
Do
like, subscribe,
you think
share.
I'm the dumb one?
Yeah. I don't think I know. I don't think any women have ever really won any debates ever. Look at Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton. They both got the floor wiped with them. Women should just stay away from the debating space. They should stick with the. You should be like watching the cooking channel right now or something.
You
You
think
should be telling your
Trump
boy. You should
wiped
be.
the floor
You
with
should be the boy.
Kamala?
Oh yeah, he could do it sleeping. Everyone thinks that. That's why
That's
she lost,
hilarious.
sweetie. That's why she lost,
That's
sweetie.
hilarious.
That's why she lost,
So if he
sweetie.
wiped the
That's why
floor
she
with
lost
her,
every single swing state. Every single fucking swing state she lost. That
so
tells you
if he
everything you
wiped
need to
the
know
floor
there.
with her, why did he refuse to do a second debate?
Because he doesn't need to. He already won. She's too stupid to debate him. She showed up
Wouldn't he?
drunk.
If
Why
he
would he?
wiped the floor, wouldn't
She
he be
showed
eager
up
for it?
drunk. Why would he debate her again?
Okay, so if that was you, wouldn't you be eager to do another one and make her look like
If
a
my
fool?
opponent shows up drunk, no, I'm not debating them again. No, thank you.
You're not gonna use another opportunity to make your opponent look like a fool?
Nope, I'd rather just go on podcast and go on Joe Rogan.
Well,
That'll make me
then
win
you'll
for
never
sure.
win. You'll never win. That's
Trump
basic
won!
politics.
Kamala lost! You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're on the losing team. Tell
Price
me you
go
know how
high,
to
other
win.
guy.
You are on a losing team. Your team is losers, and you're telling me you know how to win? That's fucking hilarious. That's a joke. That is a
You
joke.
guys just
You're
elected
on a
someone who
losing
was
team. You
turned
don't
in
know
by
how
the
to win,
staff.
sweetie. You don't know how to win. Like that trans person kept telling me last night. You don't know how to win, sweetie.
What do you think about Ken Paxton ousting John Cornyn?
I don't know who the fuck those people are. What state are they in?
Texas, Senate, Republicans, both. Primary.
That's whatever happens.
Okay,
That sounds
if you don't
beautiful.
know who Ken Paxton is, then there's no point.
Nope, I'm not in Texas. Are you?
No, but this was
Then why does it
national
matter?
news for the past
Then
couple
why does it
years.
matter?
Pardon me?
I said, then why does it matter?
Why does it matter? I mean, Texas is a huge state, and I like to tune in to huge states, especially when they are on the
We
border
don't
and
live in
they are.
Texas, so it's still Republican. Great. How do you feel you're going to lose the midterms?
So you think that what happens in Texas doesn't affect me?
I'm saying, how do you feel you're going to lose the midterms?
I don't think I'm gonna lose the midterms.
Okay, I'm going to go grab like have a normal, what's the word for it?
Yeah, I
A
can be
normal
cool,
heartfelt
believe it or not.
conversation. Beagle or Hilton will win in California. Both are conservatives. Yeah, California's going to become conservative again. I'm going to grab a soda though, but have a conversation with them about the midterms. Ask chat. Ask chat.
Who do you guys
Talk.
think's gonna win? Ken Paxton or James Tallarico? I think James Tallarico has a better chance than any Democrat has. I think it's interesting that James Tallarico has said that he wants the southern border to be like the front porch or our front door, that you should have a welcome mat but a lock on the door. And Republicans keep saying that James Tellerico wants to put a welcome mat on the southern border, and so they're misquoting him. And I think it shows how strong he is. Ken Paxton, do you guys what do you guys know about Ken Paxton? Why is the thumbnail an angry looking black lady? Do I not look like an angry black lady? I'm just kidding. That's horrible. Paxton corrupt. Pax all liberals are lying trash on. Karen, I've been called Karen many times. What do you guys think? Was Trump right about everything? Was he wrong about anything? I wish he would have spent a little less money. Abortion is murder. If abortion is murder, um, self-defense is murder. Trump has not been right about one thing. Massey 2028. What do you guys think about Thomas Massey?
Hello?
Hello?
You corrupted these poor people. Did you tell
I
them when
feel
you
like
first became a trans woman?
I feel like I was very milk toast and then you came in hot.
Oh, they're still spamming, letting you know abortion is murder.
I was asking them what they think about Thomas Massey. Who's Andrew?
Hmm, I don't know.
So what do you like Thomas Massey? Good or bad?
He voted against the border bill. He's bad. I think we already been over this.
Well, he was just worried about the debt.
Okay, so then why did he vote against Why did he vote against reopening up?
Why did he vote against what?
Reopening the government. He's a rhino.
I thought the Democrats were the ones who were the ones keeping the government
They
closed.
were.
It was the only
There
liberals
was
that
one or
kept.
two Republicans, and there was the rest were Democrats.
I mean, Thomas Massey has been just very, very consistent about his feelings on the debt. He's just been super consistent about that, and so it's
He hasn't
confusing.
done
It's like,
anything to ever pay towards pay down the debt.
pardon me.
He's never made any plans to pay down the debt.
Um, I don't. I think his staff has put forward some proposals.
I don't think so. Massey's a clown. He voted against the big beautiful bill.
He's been in office for 14 years, and he really cares about the debt.
Someone just said they got ran out of state. Oh, someone said top three sodas. Okay, I'll give you top three sodas. Number one, obviously Coca Cola. Number two, Fanta. Number three,
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper.
mm,
Come on.
no R&B
Come on.
cream soda.
The fuck?
Root beer cream soda.
So two of those are orange.
She doesn't even like Massey. She just likes anyone. Well, Fanta's not always orange. Fanta comes in many flavors.
No, I like people who have consistent principles and who stick to those principles even if it costs them something.
So would you vote for him even though he's Republican?
Um, if, for example, okay, remember how I told you that I used to be single issue and I was like, if someone's pro-choice, I vote for them. If they're pro-life, I vote against them. Like, I don't. That was my hard line.
I'll say
I
you
thought
only
about.
vote
Remember
on
what I told.
abortion.
Remember. Wait. Remember what I said? That if Kamala was pro-life and Trump was pro-choice, so that supposed thing where I chose based on that. No, it's about democracy. And honestly, yeah, I think the debt is something that is very important. And so he stands by that. He is worried about the national debt. That's what's important to him. And I respect people that are principally consistent.
Who the hell are you talking about? Lay off drinking. Your liver has to be in hell by now. Who the hell are you talking about? Because I never drink shit. Barely
I
ever.
mean, you guys. I mean, I think that I'm not worried about the debt. The debt has gone up. Gosh, the past 10 years alone,
The
it's
debt has
crazy.
gone up last 60 years.
If you're consistent about caring about that, then you should respect Thomas Massey.
Getting rid of Massey of Will Be Mag is undoing why. Massey should have won easily, but the fact that he won freaking super easily
Time just called me a redhead.
is he
I've been
lying?
blonde my whole life.
What is this?
I used to
I'm a
be more
genius, doc
blonde.
from Turkey. You are not dumb. Trump fooled many Americans saying America first by criticizing the Iraq war but prioritizing Israel more than America. Even people who supported him can see through that he's an Israel asset through Epstein is dead. What are you talking about, brother? And how much is 1,000 Turkish lira anyway? But that's like $20 or something.
Time I would send you a picture of me when I was little, but I don't think it would convince you of anything. So yeah, I'm not going to. They don't. They're calling me a redhead, and it's like, nope. I've always been blonde. I used to be more blonde, but like most natural blondes, you get darker. They used to be bleached blonde out of my freaking scalp, but yeah. And again, I would send you the picture, but you're not gonna believe me. You're gonna say, "Oh, yeah, I got it from somewhere else." So what good is that?
No offense, Elmron. I appreciate that 1,000 or 1,100 lira super chat. but I'm not exactly going to trust Turkey, that's an active ally with Iran, to give me advice with Donald Trump. I mean, y'all are literally allies with Iran. How do you feel now that Iran struck Turkey? And thanks to NATO, they prevented your strike. So you better pray on your knees and thank Donald J. Trump. Because if it wasn't for our NATO power, you would have got hit.
I got this. Is that what you're talking about, Red?
No, I'm talking
That's
about
the
his red
red.
super chat. No, the guy from Turkey. Oh, you're talking about
Oh,
your red hair?
yeah, no. Um, yeah. Um, I mean, I think that to say that Kamala is more of an asset to Israel is crazy. Trump is more of an asset to Israel, for sure. That being
Neither of
said,
them are fucking
I hate
assets to
Islam.
fucking
Islam
Israel.
sucks.
No
Also,
American
BB
politicians
sucks.
are assets to Israel. Okay, I mean we should be able to fucking agree on that. Kamala needs
And
the intervention. Turkey is in NATO and it disappears. I mean
I
Israel
think the
controls
biggest
nothing of
liability
American
to
politics.
Israel is Bibi Netanyahu. I am not
Why?
an anti-Zionist, and a lot of leftists would have be at my throat about that. They would say, "You're not anti-Zionist. That means you're a Zionist." No, why does it have to be either or? I am for a two-state solution. You know, the Jews had a right to be afraid in Europe. Yeah, after World War II, they had a right to seek a homeland. I am not a religious person, so it all seems absurd to me to like use biblical passages to justify where you want your homeland to be. But you know what? Like, to say the Jewish people don't deserve a homeland, I think they do. I mean, gosh, how many more of them, millions of them, do we have to kill before they deserve a safe place to be? Um,
Okay,
that being
great.
said, I think that safe place is being harmed by Bibi Netanyahu. He is harming it. He is actively working against all the goodwill. Jewish people have built up so much goodwill with America, especially. I love Jewish people. I want them to be safe, and I just feel like whatever has happened in the media narrative, whatever I think, it doesn't matter what I think. The media has has gone against them as a result of all the stuff that has happened. And I don't like that. I want Jewish people to be safe, you know?
He says UN lost all credibility when they put Muslim countries on a human rights board. President Spunk dropped a $5 super chat. He said, "I'm a super genius astronaut doctor from South Korea. Very smart country, by the way. Trump is dumb truck fit LA area. What are you talking about? Put the crack pipe down. Why does this YouTuber always come on my channel and troll? He has 1 million subscribers. If you're gonna troll me,
Any
at
like
least make a fucking
excessive
video."
atrocity, like in terms of like settlements and like all the there are bad things that have been done, that is a result of like going from what was a healthy level of Zionism to now a colonialist and invasive, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we took something that could have been good and defensible forever, and like there are people or things or whatever that are being empowered that go above that and therefore work against the fundamental underlying thing that Jewish people deserve to be safe.
But what did Benjamin Netanyahu do so much that triggered you? What about all the good he did?
I think a lot of it was kind of like wink, wink, nod, nod to like the super aggressive settlers. And then also basically the genocide, especially once Trump gave him, you know, Trump took all holds off of him. Once that was gone, it was like he did everything. He turned it into glass. You know, Trump Gaza. Remember that?
Yeah, I want Trump Gaza real bad.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. The average salary under Benjamin Netanyahu went from $27,000 to $50,000. That was just in a 4-year period.
I thought we were talking about Jewish safety and the debate over what qualifies as ethnic
Benjamin
cleansing.
Netanyahu did a lot of great stuff for Israel.
Okay, well, doing good. Okay, Obama did a lot of great things for America, and you still hate him.
Name one.
Well, you guys would say it's a good thing how many people he deported. I just
No,
mean, my big thing
he
is
put
like,
way too
even
many
if you are the
Muslims
biggest
alive.
believer, even if you are the biggest believer in like, you want Jewish people to be safe, you are genuinely afraid of what happens when they don't have a homeland, then I feel like, especially the past couple years, the past 2, 3 years of what Israel has done, it is almost like as if someone is trying to make Israel look bad. Like, and I'm someone who wants Israel to look good and be someone that is defensible, no matter what. I want Jewish people to be safe. And I just feel like it's the same thing as when people on the far left advocate for stuff that I think is crazy. Like, why would I want people to be seen as representative of Democrats, and then they're advocating for socialism? That's not good for me. Then I have to fight off it as if that's what I believe. I want um, I want Jewish people to be safe, and I just feel like when you go too far, it actually does the opposite.
Hmm.
No Allah is Lucifer. The Arabic word they originally used meant to deceive, and in the Bible tells you that's Lucifer. Is that what Time said? Uh,
Israel did not draw first blood. Okay, Israel did not draw first blood. So how the fuck is it a genocide? It doesn't matter if they wipe out the entire Palestinian nation or state. The fact they got attacked first is plenty of reason to do so.
well, what are you talking about, first blood? I think the big thing is, and I gotta go here in a minute,
October,
but the
October.
big thing, that's not first blood.
Yeah, it is
October
in recent
7th was
times.
fucking awful. October
Huh?
7th, I would want to fucking wring their necks after October 7th. I'm 100% with Israel on that. Absolutely. But the thing is, it didn't start there. But I'm a pro-Israel. I'm on the left, and I am more
It
pro-Israel than
did
a
start
lot of
there. The
people.
last event was 50 years ago.
It did not start there. That's absurd. If anything, it started at the end of World War II when they were, and it didn't. It started before that, But at the very least, we can start it after World War II, right?
Yeah, that
You
was
know
70
that
fucking years ago.
that's not very long.
Yeah, it
I'm
is. That
30.
doesn't count as the same war. It's two different complex. It's two generations apart almost. Lazar, she doesn't cook
Like
anyone. Her sissy
you're
boyfriend
25.
doesn't.
So like
She's
when
been
you
like warm
like
chill.
turning 30 or 25 or whatever, you realize, oh my gosh, a century is nothing. You think about the events of your early childhood. I think about 9/11 for me. I was 6 when 9/11 happened. And so when I think about that, and it's been 25 years, and it's like, okay, that means a century is like nothing. It's like nothing.
I don't know
I'm
what to
also
tell you.
still benefiting from my great grandfather's wealth. Like, I still benefit. Like, I can still literally trace it down the line. I can literally still trace it down of like, this is how this saved this father and this father and this father. Like, I can
So are you
literally
gonna give me a
trace the
million
wealth that,
dollars?
pardon me.
So you're gonna give me $1 million then?
I'm talking about wealth that allowed me to be 31 and own a home.
So are you gonna give me $1 million then? You said you can trace
I
your
do not
great
have.
grandfather's wealth.
I'm saying compared to a 31-year-old who grew up with parents who had nothing. My parents had something.
From your great fucking grandparents, they had something. Or is that just an example?
What now?
Is that just an example, or do you actually mean like your great grandparents?
Well, I'm just saying that 70 years since World War II, it's like it feels, the pictures are black and white. It feels like it was a long time ago.
It has
But
nothing to
yet,
do
and
with
now
what's
I've turned
happening
30 and I
in Gaza
realize
right
that's
now.
1/3 of a century. And a
Okay, but
century
it
is
still has
nothing.
nothing to do with what's going on right now. They reinitiated a war 60 years later.
You mentioned that it
They
was
started
70
a new
years ago.
war 60 years later. 60 years later.
I don't want to debate Israel Palestine with you. I was just trying to be, I know
Okay,
you are
so it's a
pro
new
Israel and I
war.
was trying to be good. You asked me to be good and I was trying to be
How
good.
is it a genocide when the Palestinian population has grown by 150,000 since this war has started?
I don't want to debate Israel Palestine with you. All I'm
It's not
saying
a
is I am
genocide when
not
the it's
anti
this.
Israel. I am
You
not
know this
anti
is the
Israel.
only. You know this is the only time in history where there's been a genocide where the population grew. Did you know
I
that?
don't want to. I don't follow this. I think it's hard to trust the numbers. I think I don't follow it closely enough because I think that that is such a complicated issue to even 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago. It's already so complicated that to follow it through and to try to trace down and nail down the actual truth, it's impossible. I have no interest in it.
All right, we'll just end it there then.
It was good to talk to you.
It was good to
Much
talk to
love.
you.
I know
Have a
y'all
good
hate
night.
me. You
Nah,
too.
we don't
Take care. Bye bye.
take care. Bye bye. Peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, but that was a little bit interesting. If you want to call in, you can drop a $50 super chat. That's how you can call in. I'll give you a minute or so if you really want to do that. We can let you call in. If not, we're gonna probably call tonight. But make sure you guys subscribe. I'm out of here. See y'all. The wall's being built. Peace.